dinner today. No, just took a little bit longer to eat. And then I didn't realize I had a few things I still had to set up.
I am here. Yes. No, you should keep that up.
I don't actually remember what we were doing last time.
Mares. It is my voice. I'm jinxing myself.
Because I think we set up the picture image, but then I think I moved on because we just said that we had it kind of done. Hello, Karina.
Could always start a new video.
Oh boy, smooching time.
I haven't had an idea for one, and there's one I potentially want to work on, but I need to figure out other things, and I just don't want to do that right now. So instead, it's
more Min-Mare.
yeah.
Min-Mare Max. Max and Min-Mare.
Who's Max? I thought you didn't like stallions.
It's a mare named Max. I think a mare named Max would be pretty cool.
Min-Mare Max?
Min-Mare Max.
So it's a mare named Max.
Yeah.
I remember there were a lot of skibbity toilets last time. No.
That was a while back.
Not actually. That one, not so much. There was the other one I did that had that we were going through the store and found way more. And it was so kitty. And hello, Kami. Oh yeah, the apple bloom in the vault thing. That's what we were doing. We're doing like texture work.
Were you gonna do the CMC?
I completely
wasn't sure if that was locked in or not.
There's going to be something with this one, with them here right now. We're just trying to set up a nice clean vault so that we can do something with it. And also because the Applejack shot needs it too.
You could do the arguing between Applejack and Sweetie Belle for her thing.
No. If I'm going to do the CMC, I need to have all of them in one shot because I can't. If I just do one of the CMC and not the other two, it feels weird.
Well, they don't. They do hang out a few times.
Yeah, I know, but it feels weird. It's not as much. If I put one in one shot, I probably should put something with the other two in there somewhere, but I don't have enough time and space to do that. Okay. And the video is Ministry Mares, so if I'm going to do it, I'll put one shot in, sure. But other than that, I don't want to really do too much. Otherwise, I'd have to rename the whole thing. Hello, hello. Though I do also kind of want to figure out why. Still doing that texture issue, but it could be that updating these textures might fix it. We'll see. Anyway.
Wow, 10 streams in a row? How can you stand it?
You haven't. What's your streak at?
I don't know.
2?
Yeah, I'm not here much.
It's at 2.
Yeah, because I was missing. Had to go back to Kentucky.
Anyways, yes, thank you. Wahaha. Thank you, Sub Soul Kitty, for the resub.
Dancing kitties.
Triple split screen showing the CMC fates for like 6 seconds. No, I thought about doing some kind of split screen stuff, but those are so hard to plan for. That's kind of why I started doing the storyboard. Oh, I probably should music. Because with the storyboard, at least, oops.
It always kind of left Scootaloo's death open to interpretation.
Yeah, they never. If they don't show an actual end, it's always.
But I think her proper end would be getting.
But I'm not doing their deaths because I don't have the time for it.
I'm not saying you should, but if you were to,
I'm not going to.
I know you're not. But if you were to,
but I'm not going to.
It would be her being branded as a Dashite because she was the first Dashite.
No. Anything that happens to be their like fate, that's all at the end, and there's just not enough time. Even if I tried to squeeze it in, it would also make it sort of like half the end is CMC, and that doesn't really fit.
Yeah, I mean, she was branded a Dashite and then died a week later. But
no, for this, I thought about it might just have like Apple Bloom or something in it. But if I do, it's going to not be where they're the focus. The door is going to be the focus. and she's just going to be overseeing it. So she's a part of the shot, but not the focus of the shot. Then I'm okay with having only some of the CMC available.
Why is
visible.
the wall partially translucent?
It's a SSAO error, and I'm hoping when I update some of the textures that it gets rid of it, because the door doesn't do it. And I just updated that, so we'll have to see, which is what we have to do potentially now. Because last time we figured out that based on where the door was going, there's a lot more visibility in here than originally thought, which means I'm doing overrides. I have to do overrides. So I could probably put things in a better position, or load up one of the other files that I already had the whole room built and probably work.
3 months is an awfully long time.
Yes, it is. I think there's only like a handful of people that are in that number range. So I think Jinxie was like 75, and I think Jurassic was 60 something. But I've known Jurassic since like 2014, so like I've known him for a while. Anyway, let's see what we can do for the textures on these. So we did the door, and it's not perfect, but it's fine. I'm not worried about it.
Gave Adam a little bit of this mead.
Oh, he's gonna be trashed.
He had a little tiny cup, and he took a sip. He's like, "Yeah, this is the perfect amount for me." I was like, "Oh."
You mean I thought it was too like very strong?
I don't know. It's probably like.
Because that's what they said when we were at D&D. Like somebody had it, and they're like, "Wow, this is strong."
John got sick on it.
Sunday?
No, not this past night, but the first night we drank it.
I was gonna say, if you got sick that Sunday, you did pretty good.
No, the first night we had it for session 0, I think it was.
Yeah.
From this batch. Yeah, apparently he went home and immediately started hurling.
Well, so the problem with session 0 is that there's not a lot going on at a time once you've kind of done your own thing, and I think he just drank a lot, and it was heavy stuff. So he just, if I remember right, he very much overdrank that night.
I think he would agree with you on that. Yes. He was a little bit more careful around the meat after that. Still drank it, just not as much.
This one.
Gotta start the next batch tonight.
Oh,
or I guess I say start. I gotta start fermenting tonight. I already have the base done.
Okay, is this whole thing one model? All right. This is broken into a lot of models, or a lot of textures. So let's figure out what some of these are. Okay, so that's just the standard concrete. I think that's the only one that's really causing issues.
That does appear to be the translucent one.
No, that one is too.
The floor is translucent?
Yeah, see?
Oh, yeah.
It'll show up fine when looking at the floor because the ground itself doesn't have SSAO involved. This effect only generally is with other objects in the room that it does it with. Objects that have some kind of SSAO. So if I were to turn off the SSAO for that, it wouldn't show up because it doesn't pop up here. If I go, I've done this before. If I go into here and say show me an occlusion, you can see it's just that overlay. Mm-hmm. So it's a Z, is it like a Z rendering issue or something to where the SSAO is showing up in front of everything instead of behind it. And that's causing an issue. But you can see here, sometimes it kind of acts a little different. I don't know if there's something with the camera I can do to fix it. Cause I know it tends to be based on perspective. What if I keep the camera here and then I move? Okay. So still based on the individual camera. I don't have this at 30, so let's try that at 30. And that didn't do anything. Okay. What if I reduce this to like 10,000? No. Is there a certain range that it does? No, because that is very much in the forward and it's still doing it.
Keep looking at this glass thinking it's supposed to be a pony glass, but there's no ponies on it.
0 parallax distance. What is that doing?
My stomach is really throwing a fit. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's like a bubbling cauldron over here.
I can. Was it very strong?
Poisonous food.
Xenier do anything? No. It cuts things off even quicker. Okay. Those are the main values I can actually like control here. All the other ones are through the sliders and everything. I don't actually know. It's kind of kind of derpy what these values do because it just says scale, look at, scale, look at. Like, I don't know what any of those mean. What's this one? 32 distance. What is distance?
I don't know. I keep thinking to myself that there's no smooching in this video. And that it really needs some smooching.
So I want to check and just fully remove SSAO, but I really recommend not doing that. Sometimes it feels like it's something you should do, but SSAO really helps provide a realistic look to lighting. Redeem's not working?
Oh no. And
Well, they were just working.
The other thing to figure out in this video is what to do with Pinkie Pie. If just keeping her original death.
I'm not too worried on it.
You can make her original death pretty epic too.
I mean, I can do a test.
Yeah, big dirt. You lick stuff.
Oh, so no smooching works.
Smooching.
Yeah. What do you mean no smooching? That's what you're complaining about. I was talking about smooching. You had to get that no smooching in there. Of course.
I've had it before. I've thought they're broken, and it wasn't that they're broken. You hear them 100 times. You just kind of like tone them out.
Well, Soul Kitty does the smooching and no smooching
He can't pick. Actually, Soul Kitty, how is your kitty doing? I hope Kitty is doing adorable.
I think I might have eaten it. That would explain all these strange noises. Oh, does anybody want to tell me about anything exciting that has happened to them recently? Because I'm going to tell you what, nothing exciting.
I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
Wait. Why is alpha test on here?
Been boring here these past few days.
Boring?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Just nothing happening. You're looking at me because of D&D, aren't you?
Well, because we had a whole day of board games and then a whole game of D&D, and then we had stream that day before that, and you came flying in the day before that.
Yeah, but nobody caught fire during any of it.
If you want to like play the regretful monk.
Yes.
Okay, so there was the concrete has a transparency that was turned on it, and I don't know. Wait, no, it was just the SS bump. That was it. What was SS bump doing? I've never had that be like a solving anything for this issue.
It's my birthday. That's great. I was completely unaware. I don't like this though. It means I'm getting older.
Or did I set that to 0? Oh, I said it. Okay, I did set it to 0. Okay, I was like, right. I thought that was SS bump was just doing it. Now, alpha test is important for some transparency needs, but as far as I can tell, this door doesn't have any transparency things that are important to it that need it. It would be like
it's concrete wall. Of course not.
If you had a piece of a texture that like was partially transparent to have like okay, no, it was. To like have a different effect kind of pop up over it, sure, but like this isn't that. It's or like a partial effect going over another effect. This is all just flat textures. So, I mean.
Nolan, why is it my birthday? Should I be concerned? You ate 2 tacos, hard or soft tacos? It's a very important question. Sir Edward. Hard or soft tacos?
So she said. I don't know if... Okay, that one is
Soft's good.
cussing it.
That is the better taco.
Every day is your birthday when there is pony.
It's true. If I'm surrounded by enough horse, it is joy inducing.
Joy inducing. I love
Yes.
that phrasing. It induces the joy.
I look at the horse, I look at the news. Then I look at the horse, then I look at the news. Then I look at the horse, and then I look at the horse a bit more. And then I fall into madness while I look at the horse because that's more favorable than looking at the news again. And that is how my days go. As I slip into madness. Joyful, horsey madness. Hard
Okay,
knuckles
so
cause...
this is still not a problem, but that might not be floor. Trim. Might be trim.
No, people who like hard tacos are the worst.
I like hard tacos.
Just don't talk to those people. I got stuff for tacos this weekend.
I'm not talking to you. You said you don't know what I'm talking about.
Fine, you don't get no tacos.
I'm gonna get my fucking tacos.
I always, like, for the while I would get tacos and I would just get the soft shells. And then he was like, but where are the hard shells? Now we have tons of hard shells up in the cabinet.
You're a hard shell.
That's the life we live now. It's this hard shelled world.
It's a hard shell life for us.
It's true. I still manage to eat maybe one of them, but I very much favor the soft tacos.
I like both.
You got old man jaw. One of the soft things that you...
But I do because I have TMJ. And like even today, like it took me significantly longer to eat because it was my jaw. I can't close my jaw right now. So...
Again?
You know, that happens like almost every other week now.
You need surgery or some shit.
Oh yeah, let's replace one problem with a significantly worse one.
I think the surgeon would disagree.
No, there's other things you can do, but it usually requires some other invasive stuff. And I'd rather just deal with the one I have. I like making the taco fixings on chips and eating them per
Taco salad.
Yeah, that's not a hard shell taco, but it's related.
Yeah, it's essentially you're like, I want to eat a hard shell taco, but in a bowl. So this is the life I've chosen for myself.
Did that fix it?
Maybe if I just punch him in the jaw a bunch, it'll fix it.
Oh no, please don't. I almost didn't finish dinner today.
Really that rough, huh? Boy.
What is this? I thought that would be trim. Oh, there's a trim 1 and trim 4. Okay. I guess I'll just get rid of all of them and see what it does.
I know that's kind of just my thing where when something isn't right, I just punch and tear and pull at it or cut at it.
Those poor horsies.
They're perfect. Why would I do that to the horsies?
Because some of them are stallions.
No, that is kind of a thing with me. Like I see somebody with like a mole. And I know if I had that mole, I would have tore it off my face and dug it out with like a pick. There'd be blood everywhere.
Speaking
That's
of
just par for the course.
speaking of cute things, Swan.
Cute things.
I got cute things.
Oh boy. Wait. That's not a liar ant.
I got a Steve. Plus Steve from Deep Rock Galactic and Loop Bug. And Loop Bug.
It's not spiked.
Loop Bug has like Nitra in him too.
You're not having
Nitra.
gold.
You know, he has gold. He has 2 gold and 1 Nitra. But yeah, okay, he's all foofy.
Just foofy. Is that the sound they make?
I don't know. In your game, they have a spike head. But yeah, then they got Steve. So.
Great. They're gonna like.
They're gonna go reproduce. I also have I got a hat, a molly, some stickers, and a lanyard. It was just what do they call that? It was a a Kickstarter from like a year ago that finally just delivered.
Oh, I was going to say, like, you haven't been that into Deep Rock in a while.
Oh, that's why Texas Livestream is on auto and not 1440. Yeah, we're doing 1440. 1440 at 30 FPS is pretty. Actually, it's running at 60. Just because when I'm in the beta for it, and it doesn't really let you pick. It just says do 1440, and then it figures it out. But it uses a lot more data because I'm doing 1440 and local transcoding, and it uses 22 megabytes per second at all times.
I thought about doing spaghetti this weekend, but then I remember nobody here really likes spaghetti all that much.
I like my spaghetti. I just don't like your spaghetti.
My spaghetti's better.
Your spaghetti's very bland.
How is it bland?
Do you want me to make spaghetti sometime?
No, I bought the Italian sausage.
No, it's Cub Foods has a spicy Italian sausage that's really good. It has a nice kick to it. And then when you go to mix it all together, you don't take the oil out.
You know what you need to do is put a huge amount of cheddar cheese on top of the spaghetti.
And hot dog?
And no, not for spaghetti. It's madness. It's spaghetti sauce, not chili, but still the cheese though.
Normally it was a very specific one we get, and then we got a certain vodka sauce. But if you keep the oil from the spicy Italian sausage in there, it makes the whole sauce have a kick and has a lot more flavor to it.
Well, you only want to eat this vodka sauce.
My big excitement is I succeeded in making a really delicious stomach-safe Italian sauce for pizza and spaghetti. I know you've been working on that for a while. When I discovered the ingredients are full of potassium and calcium an hour after consuming said sauce, when I experienced a mild coronary disruption. That sounds like one of those phrases that definitely has another way of saying it that's a lot less nice. Not a full heart attack, but close, yeah.
Sir Edward, Italy is the place where they looked at a large sheet of carbs and said, you know what would make this good? Lots and lots of cheese.
But you said Italian pizza is very different than our pizza.
Well, it's the sauce. It's sweeter because the tomatoes taste better. They have like good tomatoes over there. So
yeah, they're not jarring it. They're probably making stuff fresh, and it's like a local, probably mom and pop type place in Italy making pizza compared to like. If you were to go to the local grocery store there and buy a frozen thing, what would it look like?
I think the produce is just of better quality over there. That's all it is. It's not like they're doing anything different other than they just have better produce. And it just works out into better food. It's crazy.
It's better ingredients, better pizza.
No. That's kind of just Europe in general. The food's better because just the base ingredients are better quality. This
would need an alpha test. This one I had to be careful on because this one has transparency on a flat surface, causing the way to look through. So that one I have to make sure. Like this one, upscaling would be a lot harder. As long as they don't actually affect the alpha map, it probably would be fine. But we'll see. But the main things I really care about upscaling on here is the concrete, the door, which we did, and this trimming outside the door. That's the main things I actually care about getting done here.
That is a bold statement, Nolan. Italy is importing their tomatoes from the U.S.
I believe that you're going to start hearing the wah, 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 as the police come raining down on your house. Yes. Or the Italian police. I was going to say Irish for some reason. I need this one.
No, like the few times I've gone to Europe, and maybe it's just me being in tourist mode, but it seems like the food is so much better over there.
So this texture, it looks like, is just this square repeated. So this square just up here. Tell
you one thing about Italians, they like to wear their clothing
we can see
tight.
what they do.
That's I feel like that's a bit of a stereotype, but if you go over there, like Americans are very big about loose-fitting clothing.
Michael,
what?
If you were thin and sexy,
they're not all thin and sexy. Some of them are poorly, but they still wear tight clothing. Like it's just the thing.
But if you were thin and sexy,
I wouldn't wear any clothing. All the time. I'd be so popular. You'd be down here
arrested.
You'd be down here making pony stuff, and I'd be upstairs on my OnlyFans.
Not that amount of sexy. Like I was going for like regular sexy.
Wow, rude. It's not thin and sexy. He's around sexy. I am often around sexy. It's not me though.
I think he was saying sexy adjacent.
Yes, that does sound like you've been next to sexy people. They didn't enjoy your presence, but you were near them. Michael would only wear one sock and it would have holes in it. My socks, okay, they have a little bit of hole in them, but only a little today. And I sat on my foot again and it is absolutely completely asleep. Okay. I don't know why I do that. It's weirdly more comfortable. But then I absolutely cut the blood flow off to my legs. I think I'm just more comfortable when I can't feel my leg. It makes sense.
See what that gives.
I could probably use more socks.
Okay, and then the other one I need, I forgot which part it was. Was it trim? These ones weren't having problems. Gear door? If you're unsure, I'm not string. Just add a float of alpha.
You're never gonna let me live that down. I was not aware that my sock was a view of the camera.
Yeah, and even after you were told, I think it was like next stream you did it again.
It was a habit. It's my idle state.
If Michael doesn't like
thank you,
gross people out at least a little bit.
Just with my general presence, yes. Thank you for the quote, Sir Edward.
Export, clear that. Now save. Okay. Can't save here. Why can't? No, that's this search. Go. Damn it. Damn it. I'm trying to make it easier. Now it's just making it stupid.
This is the staring at a gray wall portion of the stream, guys.
There you go. There.
So please fill chat with any kind of random nonsense that comes to your mind.
No.
Yes, please, absolutely. Because otherwise, we're watching you like upgrade concrete texture.
I need to figure out. I can't do the lighting or anything else.
No, I understand.
The process sometimes requires non-interesting things.
I understand it's very important, but we have to entertain ourselves in chat.
You do that in a different room.
Well, they're all in different rooms, so they can do it. I believe in y'all. Tell me about your various thoughts. I just want to fit my meat in here. That's a wonderful quote. It was you. Saying weird shit.
Let's see, like... I need that.
It's
like
awful gray.
No, I mean it's clean concrete, but it doesn't have edges on it. Like what do you call that? Like
I mean, freshly poured concrete's going to be pretty clean.
Yeah, but concrete itself isn't just a flat. You're not going to have a clean piece of concrete that goes for like 30 feet. It's going to have purposeful put little dents in it for cracking purposes.
Cement would, if it's pure cement.
Yeah. But the other thing is that is done almost purposely too, because this more than likely isn't seamless.
Now they would have poured it on site.
No,
it would be seamless.
Here, I'll show you what I mean.
How do you know about the cursed item I equipped it in the D&D game? When did you learn of this? I said something before I came down here.
Oh, I put something in chat. Asked about something.
It's a ring that if I
no, you should explain how you got it first.
Oh, there was a crazy old man screaming at me, and I thought he's probably got a thing.
So he offered you a ring, for cheap. That all he told you was that it
would give me oats.
It would allow you to be better at lying.
I asked, would it help me get oats, and he said yes.
Well, yeah, for lying, yeah.
Yeah, so I took it immediately.
Yeah, and then you equipped it, and you learned it was called the Ring of Convenient Truth, and it gave you a +4 to deception, which is quite a bit at level 2. But Michael has a -2 on his
on deception. Yeah.
Wait, what's your charisma?
7.
It's only a -1.
That's a -2.
No.
I can fix it if it's not, but I'm pretty sure it's negative.
It's a -1 because 8's your -1, 6 is -2. You're at 7.
I have to check that.
Yeah, you're at -1.
I might
anyway,
bump it up.
So he's not good at lying anyway. But then Michael at one point stated that he tried to convince the shop owner that we should have the party paid in oats instead of money. Kyle interjected and to make sure we had money. So when we came back, we got the money, and Michael wanted some of the money. But Kyle said, "What are you talking about? You got oats," which did happen. Yes. And that is all the payment you asked for.
I didn't get that much in oats.
And so it ended up being
like a
something with that, one with that. But then Michael went to go do a lie after that. And he rolled a 7, and the card had a hidden thing on there. So once he rolled 7, the card or the ring yelled at him. I can't remember what it said exactly, but it gave him a disadvantage on his next dex save in combat. So then I revealed that it wasn't the Ring of Convenient Truth; it was the Ring of Inconvenient Truth, and he still gets the +4 deception. But if he rolls a odd number on any of his deception rolls, the ring will yell out a new truth that is true, and it normally comes at a disadvantage for his next combat or something. So I just roll a d12 to figure out what his negative is.
So he cursed me.
And it's cursed, and he cannot take it off.
DM cursed me.
He didn't want to go and look up or ask or try to figure out what it was before putting it on. So
no, of course not. He told me he would have given me oats.
The old man told you because you can. It'll help you get oats. Lying. So, so yeah, it was fun. I like items like that. Cursed items are fun. So now he has a ring that will yell at him if he tries lying to people.
You heard it here.
Only half the time though. So
his favorite thing is cursing me.
But the old man must have rolled an even number. No, he didn't lie. Michael said, "Can this help me get oats?" And by lying, it could
improve your chances of getting oats. Yet.
And you had to be attuned to it. He just had it. He had it in his hand. He wasn't attuned to it.
0 oats has this ring gotten me.
I'm surprised how quickly it ended up being that you figured out what the ring was.
Well, because you kind of led me to be like, "Are you telling him of deception?"
No, that's what, because sometimes I'd want, because you guys like talking above and below the table in a mix, and I don't know which you're doing, and so I want to know, like, are you just joking or are you actually doing it?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to always have it where if you're just saying thing as a joke, and then I'm like, well, then make a roll for it. And you're like, well, I was kidding. Well, you said it, so we're gonna go with it.
I have a voice for my character. Nobody else does. I'm the only one doing a voice. It's very lonely.
Yeah, but your voice, if you were to do that literally for the entire 3 hours and nothing but, you would probably get a little annoyed.
It's just like talking like this the whole time.
Yeah, see, it's really annoying.
For you. I enjoy it. Almost as much as I enjoy this mead.
Okay, so Michael, this is what it looks like at the edge now.
Okay.
So it's
like pouring different sections. Yeah.
Yes, but not really, because that's not different sections because it goes right up to each other.
Yeah.
I could make it work. If I
mean, that's what happens when you pour a thing, you let it dry, and then you pour the next one.
Because normally there's still, it wouldn't be a very flat, perfect pixel line all the way across at a perfectly even bit. It would blend, and if you waited for the other one to dry and you put the other one in, it'd probably melt, but go over it a little bit. But they usually build some like small little something into it. And this one, for that big of a thing, it wouldn't look like that. I can build in a little bit of a line, but it's hard to do it when I can't see everything. So we're going to that would be three times bigger.
I'm waiting for the DM in that game to tell me that I'm actually not just a horse, but a prince of horses, and that my horse family's been looking for me.
24, 48.
It's just a matter of time.
48, 52, 60, 72. I don't know. You'll figure out your story when you get there. I wanted canvas size to be bigger, not that. I'm gonna actually double check that though.
Anybody go anywhere fun?
Actually, it'd be 9 times bigger than that.
Christmas, holidays,
No, that's
Hanukkah.
Right. That was right. Yeah, right.
Kwanzaa. Or just did something fun over the holiday. Oh, you went home? Me too.
Okay. So now we can take our textures, and we're basically going to be using or doing a very similar method to what I do in SFM for making animation stuff look right. Just as in 3 dimensions, so I got an extra dimension anyway.
I ate too much pie and got sick to my stomach. Worth it. It does sound like a really good time. No, I actually enjoyed staying at my brother's because it was peaceful. Like my brother and his wife, they don't wake up till like 10:30. So I got to just sit in bed and watch YouTube videos on my phone for 3 hours.
Oh, you'd rather do that than just be at home and...
Well, I'd rather do that here, but I don't get to actually rest much here. I don't just get to just lie in bed. There's always something. That's my fault. But it is nice.
How's it your fault?
I mean, I know you're telling me most of the time, get up and move. But I'll let you do that, so.
What?
That's why I'm here. You always tell me that I don't have to be here.
I don't think that's gonna work. No, I always said that you don't have to like maintain those certain obligations.
Well, like Saturdays, I get up early because I have a game thing every Saturday with John and 2 other friends, and then Sundays. Sundays I don't get to stay in a little later, but there's always something planned. It seems like not at all 50-50.
On Saturdays?
On Sundays.
Like on Sundays?
Yeah.
There's things planned.
In the morning. It's 50-50.
Like what things?
Like it was something that would cause me to get up early.
Like what? Because if it happens every other weekend.
Like I think this weekend was I had to get the Nordstroms. Pick up my.
Well, we had a full thing for that day, but we didn't have stream either. So.
And I had to get to the grocery store to pick up stuff for that day. No, I didn't. I did that the day before.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This one.
So I had to get Nordstroms that day.
I've got mine.
Cool. Sure.
And I learned today that apparently John has ties for us.
Oh.
I didn't know that. I was going to get one and ask him what colors preferred. He said he already had them. I'm like, well, you probably should tell us that, but we were not told because you were talking about doing something.
I just already had a pink bow tie.
Yeah, but I did not know. And apparently my thought was if you didn't know either, there was a reason, and that was that we weren't told.
I think there is some frantic last minute planning going on.
There always is.
Yeah. I think any wedding goes off perfectly as long as everybody gets married at the end.
All right, I think that'll work.
Everybody.
But if I really wanted to make it look right, I'd probably need a bump mat for it. But
Wait, are you making it look like it's cinder blocks?
I have to have something at the edge, and I could do a blend so there's nothing there, but
because the vaults were not put together with cinder.
They are this big.
Yeah, they're poured foundation.
I mean, I can do that, but it's going to take me a little longer to get the seamless edge on it, though.
This is to withstand nuclear explosions.
This is a cheat to get the. Well, then why is this way?
It's still poured.
In perfect blocks with edges that you can definitely see have a gap.
Where's the gap? There's no gap. They're poured
right here. You can see the line there.
They're still poured in place.
So so if they're poured in place, I can't have a line, but they can have lines.
And you can still have lines poured in place. Just not cinder blocks.
That was not going to look that bright in there.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
No, I'm doing
do it that way.
Nope, I'm already too late.
That's not too late. You're just being difficult. I just know I had a cinder block foundation in my last house, and they do not hold up for the long term. You want a poured foundation? Use take that if you ever buy a house. Get a poured foundation. I'm pretty sure this place is poured. Or is it not? I can't remember.
I don't know, and I don't care.
Did you see cinder blocks, or did you see a solid concrete wall?
I don't know.
I can look in the utility room and know. I'm gonna do it.
Michael. Remember we have all that stuff up for the water prevention?
I remember now.
Even this might be a little weird towards the edges. We're just gonna have to see how it goes. But, love guys.
I'm pretty
Michael,
sure.
You're so hip and cool. You did something we youngsters call rotting in bed. Yeah, but see, if the youngsters call it that, it's to have some kind of representation for an activity where he was literally rotting in bed.
I was so happy. I just lay there and do nothing until 10:30. I kind of hated it.
It's just it.
I know it's mixed feelings. If I didn't have I was stuck because I didn't have my computer. And a hollow big derp. I love you.
Where's my stamper? There's my stamper.
Yeah. I was stuck there. I didn't have my computer. I didn't want to wake up my brother and
ruin your special single time.
I didn't want to wake them up. So I just stayed in bed and watched a YouTube.
It's kind of fitting that Spitfire's the point delivers the hydrate redeem. Well, originally I think we did the dehydrate and have a Rainbow Dash, and then it was trying to figure out I didn't want to have it just be Rainbow Dash doing the same thing. So we mixed it up.
You ever feel like the internet doesn't have enough pictures of ponies? And that it needs more.
Yeah, I forgot that was going to be a thing. I can do that one too. Cheers.
Why is that meat so strong? I kind of want another glass.
So the problem with doing this is you can tell that the way I'm doing it, you can tell that the edging, you can see, it's kind of like a edges of a wave, you can kind of see where I went through, because it loses a little bit of that sharpness on that edge, but I don't think it's going to matter. I'm just going to go with it and say whatever. But like, yeah, if I just keep doing this in an area, you can just start seeing like remnants of stuff.
Look fine to me.
Well, no, you can see that it's definitely something that I did some kind of a cleanup on. Yeah, it's going to put a plus mark on the wall.
Spitfire was a good horse. I think it was his second favorite horse.
Mine?
Yeah.
I like Spitfire, but
It's not your second favorite horse?
I don't know about second favorite or anything. The voice actor for the one that everybody was like all googly about the pie, apple pie. What that was there? She follows me on Twitter.
Yay!
For Anelia Heed, is it?
Sorry,
no, it's
apple pie.
I can't remember, but it was they did follow me.
That, if nothing,
I think it was
else,
after the Spitfire's Day Off video.
Like emphasized how sad the Funny Phantom was. One of
Michael, you would have also.
I know, I was totally into it at the time. Just because the Swedish voice of Spitfire said apple pie in a seemingly seductive way, and the brony community lost its shit because a pony canonically talking seductively to them about, I guess, apple pie is all they needed to get them through their week. It was a glorious time to be in the fandom. Very much radiated that Mare Fair, Mares energy. She is always thirsty because of drools. Thinking about Soren stealing that pie again. Did he steal the pie? I don't think he stole the pie. I think he purchased the pie, which was weird.
I'm pretty sure he purchased it.
He purchased it from Applejack, which was weird because it was a catered event, and he found a food stall.
He wanted apple pie.
Food. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the catered stuff probably had something apple based.
Probably. They don't eat many other things. Thank you very much, Melon. Mares.
I got a bucket full of mares. Oh, look at that. That's very clean.
It's very clean.
It's very, very clean.
It's almost too clean, but it also looks very even right now because I can probably add little things on the side like warning signs and other things. And once you get the light installed, like that actually reminds me, I should check what the light looks like because there is going to be a bump map on it. Actually, that works. It has a little bit of something that's a line here, but it is otherwise just a flat concrete wall. That works perfectly fine. I will just leave that.
Wait, you're saying there's like a comic out there that has AJ and Spitfire as childhood besties?
What?
I feel
How?
like that one's a bit of a stretch.
That is a long stretch.
I think it's implied that Spitfire's got at least a decade on AJ. Because she was in the Wonderbolts, maybe not captain, but she was in the Wonderbolts when Rainbow Dash was a filly. So by the time Rainbow Dash reaches the Wonderbolts, she's captain.
What was this called again?
That does kind of imply that Spitfire is in her 30s. Still a very cute horse.
She's in charge of things. You don't really like get in that position at a very young age.
In the military, if you still want to be active military, you still have to be young enough to where your joints don't like.
Once you get
shatter.
an officer, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're not
doing front line. You're about like just running things. It's number 2. Okay, so I do have.
She still flew with them. So I can't imagine she was probably like 35. still able to move because she takes care of herself. But like, I think they, like in the final episode, it shows that Rainbow Dash either is or was Captain of the Wonderbolts, but I think even by that point, she's probably retired. Like, she became captain, but that's 5 years ago. She was captain.
Just can't spell teeth right.
Like, I think they had an older Wonderbolt in one episode who came back, and they were very much welcome to participate in like the meet and greets and the events for the Wonderbolts, but they were, for all intents and purposes, retired. Can't remember the name of that character though. It was that Noir episode with Rarity.
There's some hints that pony years are much longer than human years. Well, they do bring back like multiple people in the series. The like the big beefy guy, and then the other old person, and then
the big beefy guy and the other old person do not describe anything.
The one really big guy that just breaks through everything and he doesn't know how to live in society. And then there's a really old lady and then there's the other one, Somnambula.
That's because they got put in stasis for a while.
Yeah. It's just like cop out. Both
no,
biceps.
He's talking about
maybe
Stonehoof.
Ooh. Oh wow, that is very clean.
That is metal. That isn't even concrete anymore.
Well, no, this isn't concrete. This is the here, the outside the door.
It's the metal inlay.
Yeah. This would look like that until the first time you close the door.
Yes. The pillars, yeah. It was Rockhoof, yeah. I loved the one episode that focused on him because it was actually an episode about assisted suicide, which I thought was
Metal Gear.
A lot for a show directed towards children to have a episode about assisted suicide and didn't outright say it was the wrong decision. Like, that was unexpected. I mean, they could barely touch on an episode about death with the freaking turtle. They straight up had an episode about assisted suicide with Rockhoof. Which I think is probably the most, like, risky episode they did during the entire series.
Sometimes, like, censorship, it makes sense to some degrees, but also, if there's a certain point where people are going to run into these things as they get older, and if you've never exposed them to some of those things at a gradual rate, it's just going to leave them unable to cope with it once they're actually of age. And I think, like, there are some bad things in the world, and if you keep people hidden from them until they hit 21, you're going to be making somebody that can't handle when his shit hits the fan. Yeah.
But, like, the entire episode was just Rockhoof, like, trying to find some way to, like, fit in the world as it was. Unable to actually find his place in the world. He preferred to just not exist anymore and asked Twilight to turn him to stone.
And it's not suicide. He just wants to go back to how he was.
He wants to be put back in stone, yeah. Or he doesn't want to exist anymore. It's the equivalent of assisted suicide in the way that the tank episode was the equivalent about death. But it was an episode about assisted suicide. And
No, because he brought back before. He didn't die before.
He got put in stasis before, I guess.
Yeah. Well, they go full screen.
That was sacrifice, though. He wasn't sacrificing anything. He just didn't want to be around anymore.
How did I go full screen? What button did I hit?
The thing was, Twilight actually was going to do it. She wasn't happy about it, but it was his wish.
I'm confused. What did I do? I know that one. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's tab? Okay. Oh, that's...
Yeah, they are both. They're the Pegasi. Somnambula's cute. I like Snamula. I don't know.
Why is she cute?
She got a cool round nose.
How did I?
And she's got like that see-through.
No, I did
lace
something else
outfit.
that like it's like super full screen, and now I can't. How do I make this go away? It won't let me close it.
Did you set it as your background or something?
I don't know. It got weird. Stop that.
You're trapped. It's hell now.
Whatever. I'm just gonna drag and drop things.
No, she had that cute little see-through outfit. It was very cute. You know the one I'm talking about. She got like little like
because you're like it's sexy if they have clothes on, but it's even sexier if you could see doodle clothes.
I mean, I didn't say it.
I said sexy, Michael.
I didn't say anything. You did say sexy. That's on you. I didn't say
this
sexy.
one actually
lines up pretty good.
It's not perfect. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's a lot better than the last one, or that just like decided to forget parts of it. So I did like it does the brush metal look too and everything. That's nice. Very nice. Why is it this on here twice? Okay.
Which pet would you choose from the My Little Pony universe? Is that what you're asking?
Derpy.
Yes, my good pet Derpy. I did like the cartoons where they're like playing on the whole thing where Rainbow Dash doesn't want to lose her turtle, and then Scootaloo shows up dressed up as a turtle. It's like, I go be your turtle.
That's legal in many places.
But Scootaloo wanted it.
That doesn't hold up in court, Michael. Wasn't that one? Well, I'm trying to look for the whatever is making up this little vent, because then I have at least enough to try to get the door figured out and cleaned up. The mesh on the floor I can probably worry about later.
Maybe blunt with the Nolan.
Trim.
I had a lot of pets growing up. I had horses, I had dogs, I had cats, I had ducks. I had a lot of animals, and all of them required a lot of work and cleanup, and often involved poop and throw up and messes that I would have rather have not dealt with. I'm good. I'm good on pets.
But you wanted a cute horse.
Yes, because the cute horse.
You want a cute pony.
A little house horse. I showed you a picture of somebody who got a house horse. Put it in the Michael chat to show that it was okay to have house horses.
I'm just waiting for it. It's going to be one of those like where people get a baby pig or like little like micro pigs, but then figure out it's not a micro pig. It's just a regular pig because there's no such thing as a micro pig.
Yeah.
Not pipe cap detail? No, I don't think this is detail.
Oh, my mom used to let the horses in the kitchen, so.
Yeah, no.
I think Mr. Ed actually, he was able to actually look into the house. He had a barn, but that barn was connected to the house, and he could just stick his head into the kitchen.
Is this in floor?
Could have like that. You got to clean up after it, though. I don't want to clean up after the horse. I've done that enough.
Floor 2 is what we need later. Is it under wall? No, it's not. If it is, it's not that wall.
You guys do? You guys want me to have a house horse?
No.
House horse pony? I think that's all the evidence I need to.
Evidence? Why do you need evidence?
That I should have a house pony.
But why do you need evidence? Evidence is if you're guilty of something.
No, if I just need like to make an argument for having a house horse / pony. House pony.
No.
I tried, guys.
Let me just tell like, Daddy was mean to me.
Yeah, you don't have a house pony.
I only wanted $1 million.
It's like Miracle on 34th Street, where that child is just like, I just want a house in the country. Like, that's all. Nothing much, Santa Claus. Go back and watch Miracle on 34th Street. I hate that movie.
It's trim 3.
That child is a spoiled brat and should just be told no.
That movie, as far as I
Santa
know,
Claus assaults a man.
See, that sounds just like you, though.
He whomps him on the head with a cane.
Okay.
Leaves a huge bump. Because apparently the psychiatrist told a child Santa Claus isn't real. So he attacks him. It's ridiculous.
Okay, now this is going to be the problem. I have to open this file, but like, okay, good. I did open it in a new one. Stupid. I don't know what. Why are you like? I'm not fit on the screen. Window.
Let's go to no. Let's go get more Sabitis. I kind of want a cookie, but I don't. Sweets have never really appealed to me, but I like the idea of stuff
there we
that
go.
tastes
Standard screen mode. Haha! I found it. I'm free.
What is the perfect snack?
Oops. The perfect snack?
Yeah, what is the one thing that is like, if I could have this, I'd want that more than anything else right now?
The perfect snack would be anytime, not just right now.
Well, yeah.
One of my favorite snacks is just a simple potato chip or the little flat pretzel crackers with some smoked Swiss cheese. I like that too.
That's boring.
You're boring.
I want a food that doesn't exist yet. Something super light and fluffy. But when you bite into it, it's like biting into it just dissolves in your mouth like sugar, but doesn't taste super sweet. And it has some sort of cheese element to it. Like if you somehow took cheesecake and you just made it into as light as a feather, and you bit into it and it just dissolved in your mouth. Tiramisu, it's fine. I don't dislike tiramisu. It is. I do like that when it's semi-sweet, which tiramisu is.
I think tiramisu's fine, but it I don't know. It feels like there's too much like egg or too much something in there to really enjoy it myself. I'd rather just drink the coffee.
You gotta be careful.
Analyzing.
Every time I've ever been handed it, it was like at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
which is always a mistake.
With a bunch of coffee, and then people can't sleep because they're not big coffee drinkers.
Certainly not 9 p.m.
Come on, shit.
But nobody's gonna eat tiramisu for breakfast. So, and if they are, they're crazy.
So let's get. I need some kind of like warning signage.
I don't remember it.
Doesn't matter. A sign on a wall for 200 years. That thing's just gonna fall off.
And there's a lot of signs in the wasteland that have lasted that long.
This is underground in what is probably more than likely a high humidity area,
as opposed to a place being rained.
Why would this wall not have a warning sign?
Might have like a high electrical sign.
Yeah, it's gonna. Well, there's also a big gear that's closing in. No smoking.
Yes. There should be a console outside the vault door as well.
I'm probably not going to have that in.
Okay.
The door's not done yet. It's being worked on. And if I have to update the textures for that thing, oh boy. Oh boy. That's going to be a process. Oh.
OSHA most certainly does not exist in the Fallout universe.
Or it's one of those things that it might have existed at some point, but then like when things hit the fan enough, people tend to forget rules and regulations.
Well, the whole thing with Fallout is that the corporations kind of took over and got rid of regulations.
Why would they ever do that?
Why?
Thankfully, we live in a world where that would never happen.
I just like that our world is slowly looking more and more like the dystopian futures we envisioned years in the 90s.
Yeah, but now we're like calling for. Well, see, maybe we've just been like brought up to believe that such a thing is a normal positive thing, and also when you watch a lot of movies and games and stuff that gives you feel that those things happen, but the good guy always wins. But then you're in a real world where that's not a guarantee. And who is considered the good guy? Is he on your side?
I've seen a lot more media kind of like glorifying the things that we were warned of as children.
So I was curious. You remember the I Am Legend movie?
The one with Will Smith?
Yeah. So I went and actually like double checked what the actual book does instead of the movie, and I can understand why people were angry at the movie.
Yeah.
Because in the movie it was very different. Like in the book, the zombie creatures are smarter, and so he goes out during the day and he literally just goes into their houses and murders them. And kills them, and then at night they aren't very smart, but they'll bang on his house.
They're
to try
basically like wolves, I guess.
But some of them will talk and speak, and one of them used to be his neighbor, and he keeps asking to come in, and it works off the vampire premise of like vampires need to ask permission to come in. But he found out that that was mainly a remnant that was remaining of whatever humanity they used to have, like having them, especially being was written in the 50s, not wanting to enter another person's place without permission. The garlic was because their new biology made them actually at something within it made them like break out. Same with sunlight. And crosses did bother them and made them stay away, but it was only because those that were already religious had some kind of a connection to it that they had a negative feeling towards, and they stayed away. But anybody that had no religious following would just attack anyway. But he would go in his house and they would just bang on there because they didn't know how to get in, and so he would spend all night doing that. But it ended up being that later on he found a woman and brings her back to the house, and they talk about some things, and he feels something's weirder and weirder about her as things go on, until he realizes that she is a vampire creature, but that part of the evolution had continued, and they had an actual civilization with like literature, everything farther out, and they were after him because he was killing their people. And he came to realize that society was growing into something else, and that in the end, because he ended up being killed on trial, in the end, he was the boogeyman in their legend. So he was the legend, but not the legend in the positive way. He was the bad legend, but in the beginning of the book, it made it sound like he was the positive thing throughout the whole thing.
It's a very different movie.
It's a very different thing, and the movie doesn't do all that. The movie makes them look like big beastie monsters. But yeah, it's that whole thing of who the villain is perspective. And in that one, you see the human, so the human's a good guy and they're monsters. But then in the end, he was the monster.
It does seem a little misleading, though, if in the book a disease clearly made them that way, and they do seem mentally devolved.
No, they had evolved into a sentient, smart, living culture.
Some had.
Yes, but most of them were working.
He was interacting with.
Yes, but he in the movie he wasn't trying to find a cure, or he was trying to, but he never found one. Yeah. It was that humanity had moved on without him, and he wasn't. Humanity had became something else.
Yeah,
and he was the only person alive that wasn't. And at that point, who's in the right? If they're going forward and becoming a new species of new somethings, and you're the only one that isn't, is it right for you to stop it?
It's just very confusing.
It is, but it's to make you look outside the box of good and evil and what is wrong, what is right.
Like the person who they were before, would they have wanted the thing they became?
But at that point, once you become something else, I mean, you aren't who you were 20 years ago. So like, it's wrong to ask people that question. But I got to choose
everything that happened along the way.
I know, but you're saying, does he get to choose for those people now?
They didn't get to choose.
I know, but he gets to choose. So you're saying he gets to choose, and you're picking at your sock again.
I'm not picking at my sock. I'm just rubbing my leg.
Why are you rubbing your leg? No, I don't want to do that. No, there's a lot more detail in the book. I bridged the hell out of it. Because a lot of the people that were in their houses, he saw them as monsters, but those were people of the society that had literature and whatever. He just saw them as the creatures that weren't and was going and killing them.
Yeah.
And so that's where they're like, you were murdering fathers and mothers and children, and that is a problem, and they're coming for you, and they know how to open your door.
Were they trying to kill him?
No, they took him back to put him on trial.
No, I mean the less mentally.
They didn't know how to get in his
ones.
house.
Yeah, they couldn't actually get into his house. Okay. Did he have to leave his house for food?
Yeah, he did during the day, because he can go out during the day.
Yeah.
They get hurt during the day.
Okay, so they didn't bother him during the day.
Nope. But he would set up traps and do other things. Then he spent his days in his basement trying to figure out what was going on with him. So he's basically
trying to find a cure.
Dissecting the other people too. So that's why they very much had problems with him. He was the Baba Yaga. But yeah, it's much more interesting than the movie. The movie is
it's a zombie.
It's adjacent to the story, but it is not the story.
Maybe they'll make it again someday, closer to the book.
I think back then it was just trying to make a something that was big and flashy. It's a little different nowadays. Maybe they could do something, but I need to.
I want another drink.
Get another drink.
Do you want another drink?
What happened there? Yeah.
Do you want mead?
No. Too much.
You're afraid of the mead.
Okay, the screws move a little bit.
Did you have any of this mead? I still feel like you haven't drank any of this batch of mead.
This screw moves, but I don't think I have these visible anywhere, so that's perfectly fine. Okay, so we're good.
Can I bring you a small glass?
No.
We can taste it?
No. Just grab me one of the raspberry beers from down here. I don't want to drink that much.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually get to bed at a little earlier time. I couldn't get to sleep last night until like 3:30. I don't know why. Oh. So what was this one called? This was called V Trim 03, I believe. This should be I would like to do the floor, but this is the last one I want to do before starting to poke at some of the other things. Okay. There we go. Oh, there's the whole inside door. Oh, that makes more sense, actually. It was the whole trim. Oh, that actually... Huh. I covered a little bit more than I thought. That's pretty nice. It's looking pretty good. My problem right now with the door is it definitely feels too cleanly cut in the concrete there. I would think that they would have some kind of like something around the edge, darker or something. That's why I want to put some signage or something around it. It's really hard to add things around that edge now without adding it to the texture itself, but I can't add it to the texture because the texture is not like right in the center of like the block or anything. 1950s was full of exploring alternative philosophical futures. There are a lot of academics feeling fears of apocalyptic futures. Yeah, I mean, that's I was reading the Robot series from Asimov, and Asimov wrote a lot of his books, I think, in the 40s and 50s. Okay. Rocket. Which way is it? I don't know. I've had Oberon, I think, before. Why is audio stopped? Did audio stop? Audio's gone.
But that's some pretty cool music.
Huh?
But that's some pretty cool music I can't hear.
What song is this?
This does not exist in the Fallout universe. I think one of the things I liked about Fallout
really
3
bland.
especially was the flavor text on the computers that talked about working conditions for a lot of the workers. And they were abysmal. They were essentially not really treated as people anymore.
What year did the game take place?
The 2070s.
We're working our way there.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I actually like this. This is really good. It's very raspberry. Whoa.
One of the terminals that stuck with me was one that was dictating from the main office bathroom break times.
Were you like talking about this one?
Yeah. Because that was the one that kind of like really threw it home how little they were considered people and how much they were just considered assets that needed
You said
work.
ass.
I did. Like they were given enough time to run to the bathroom, fire out of shit, and then get back to work.
Is that a good sign for the wall?
West Atlantic, yes. They just drug that down there.
Isn't that from where the Fresh Prince is from?
West Philadelphia, born and raised.
No, it was West. I think it's the wrong West. It was definitely West Atlanta.
Ravenholm.
That's actually nice.
That's a sign for telling you how to stack boxes.
Yeah.
No,
It was going to be like this.
I don't care. It's wrong.
How about this one?
Yes, it's don't go talk.
How about this one?
Got Ravenholm. I mean, at least that one makes a little bit
This
more
one?
sense.
This rounded.
It is round. I like those signs.
There's leeches. Humor balancing. Phonological exams. Baboon hearts. Radium suppositories.
I want one of those.
Do you have cancer? Well, it's in the head. We just have to push harder.
You can't swallow that. Good news. It's a suppository.
Good news. Worthless Australian turned into a priceless gold while you wait. Australium. Okay. Oh, that's a nice sign.
General signs like that could be useful.
It's a little worn though.
Still.
Maybe you can find a
It's
clean
bad.
one. I've just put the word sign and there's so many signs. How about this one?
Just have that floating.
Mind control facility. That's from Stanley Parable.
Mm-hmm. Great game if you've never played it.
This looks like someplace you 100% ate at all the time when you were younger.
Boys do. I love that Beef Boys too. Big fashion girl.
Big fashion girl. Burger Tank. That's from Left 4 Dead, 100%. I remember him talking about Burger Tank. I would go to Burger Tank, though that definitely just looks like White Castles.
Which nobody but in our friend group but me likes White Castle. I love White Castle.
The last time you got it for our game nights,
You guys are. I thought I was doing.
everybody had the shits.
That's what comes with White Castles. That's part of the deal.
I don't mind them sliding in. It's the sliding out part that I have more problems
White
with.
Castles is delicious.
Potato
Chat,
Safari.
Don't you agree?
Or my Burger Tank. It's kind of worn out now.
Chat, give me your opinion about White Castles. This is not the best food there is.
Smack burgers with tread marks. Like White Castle is one of those that I enjoy them while I have them, but very quickly, like about halfway through the meal, I already regret it.
John wouldn't finish his. I do remember that. It hurt my soul. I bought him burgers.
You bought like twice as much food as anybody could possibly eat.
We ate them.
Suck the heads.
Yeah, that's what you would call it. That actually implies that he owned the Crawdad shop. I never picked up on that bit of lore. He sold crawdads for a living. which I used to catch them as a kid. They were all over the creeks. Say the creek, it was the runoff from the sewage plant, but still, creek.
The crick?
The crick. I didn't know. I did Google Maps to look back at my old neighborhood, and the sewage plant's gone now, and the creek is dried up. So it made it very clear that the only source of water for that creek was this.
There we go.
Yeah, there's sexy stuff happening in here.
Super adult videos books. Mm-hmm. Overwatch.
I feel like you're getting those are like signs from the cat game.
Hot dogs?
Yeah.
I just searched sign because sometimes like warning stuff sits behind just sign. But
Surprised it hasn't crashed yet.
Oh no.
Oh, there's some. That's
no. I did these before too, but this is chemical hazard, I believe, biohazard.
Biological hazard.
That's nothing corrosive. During work maybe, but they're not going to put that in the concrete. No. Don't stand on the forklift. Don't sit on the forklift. That man is fine.
He's the only one. The high voltage signs.
Well, this one says specifically condenser fan grill. So I was not going to do that. Keep out hazardous voltage inside. That one works just in general, but this one shows like a box. So
that would probably be near like the console you don't want to put in.
Well, would this have like panels on the outside somewhere? Because yeah,
probably like keep clear of the door when closing or something.
Because there's like they're getting water in, they're getting air recycled.
All their water is recycled. All their air is recycled.
Yeah, but well, none of it goes out. Or new ones come air because it has to at some point. Like, how do you can't add a new oxygen to an environment without using something. You
could just have like a farm of algae, or not algae, but some sort of like plant life.
I know, like submarines have, they're like these like big things they burn, and when it burns, it lets out oxygen as its byproduct or something. It's a specific type of thing, which is kind of neat. That's why they can stay under the water for so long. They just burn these big things.
What are those things they're planning on using on Mars? That make oxygen. I can't remember what they're called. The Moxies. They could have something along the lines of the Moxie systems. I don't know how they work, but they make oxygen.
And then these warning signs are nothing. That could be a sign.
I think a lot of the inner workings on how a vault could work by recycling anything comes more from Fallout Equestria.
We could just
Fallout itself.
Wait, you know what? Let's just try this. We're gonna go and grab this sign. This is the one I already opened, so I can just grab it here. We're going to grab the texture.
Kind of curious.
Imports.
How the Moxies work.
That'll be open.
Monkey on Michael action. Thank you, Nolan.
Okay. Open.
There's a Nolan quote. Open my Facebook and immediately see anthropomorphic horses and bikinis. Freaking Facebook.
What game is this from? It's from from The Mask. Okay.
Yeah, Moxie systems create oxygen by splitting carbon atoms, CO2, into and then making.
That's probably what the
oxygen.
subs and stuff use.
Huh?
It's probably what subs and stuff use.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually want to see what this does. So, so we're gonna do export. Save.
I mean, it makes sense because CO2 is 2 parts oxygen. Just got to get the C out.
Okay. And then I just want to see how this works. We're going to then go to ChatGPT. We're just going to pass it that entire texture file and give it a prompt of like, can you just make a bunch of new warning signs? It's kind of crazy how how good some of the new ones are at this.
Wireball, you got me thinking again about chicken livers. Because I don't know how many people are old enough to remember when KFC sold fried chicken livers. They tried that for a while. It did not go well. I remember getting them a few times and being like, yay, these are really good. But as an adult, they are not. Chicken liver is forever and always will be nothing more than fish bait. It's not for human consumption. Anybody who tells you otherwise is crazy.
Okay, I want to see what that does. It's kind of crazy how smart it can be on some stuff like that. This one kind of already looks like a fault, actually.
Yeah. It's a big old gear. That one would work real well. That would be a solidly good sign, that one.
And it does roll that way, too.
Yeah.
Like, that's even correct. But I don't remember seeing this one.
It's in there somewhere.
Well, I could just take this, and it's actually a clean, too.
It might actually be any of those signs. It might be the bio sign, and then you can pick from the skins. I bet you that sign has different skins. Try the sign.
I've seen this sign, though. And this sign, so I've seen at least 2, because it could be that this pack just didn't have them included. But even if it wasn't, it's super easy to just copy paste and move things over. Mm-hmm. I love liver and onions, but can't eat it because the high iron causes me medical issues. Have you just tried rice cakes? Just eat rice cakes.
I like liverwurst.
Or what was it, American Chopper? The one time the one guy was supposed to be eating. I mean, I know it was all like staged, but he's trying to supposed to eat healthy. And so the doctor told him just eat rice cakes. And so he took a rice cake, but then he went to the fridge and he got a bottle of the spray whipped cream, and he went all the way across the top, so it had that much whipped cream on it. I'm like, wait, that's not eating healthy.
Of course, he's still eating the rice cake. It's like people who eat a salad before they put fried chicken on top.
So it did give me signs. The problem is it didn't put it in the same position.
Yeah, just look for that one sign.
But I need to put it again, because if I go and just try to tell it to go back, it sometimes gets a little confused.
I've made him liverwurst sandwiches a few times, but he's not as big as a fan of liverwurst as I am. Liverwurst and onions is pretty good. With a big old slice of Limburger cheese on rye bread.
I like this one. Vault 101, access restricted. It's got a gun. Sure.
They got guns inside the vaults.
I know, but those look like, well, for one, that looks like a musket.
Just like the fact that they never fired the guns inside the vaults, because if they did, every bullet they expended was irreplaceable.
Normally the one thing I always notice, if you'd ask it to do something specific to something, it really wants to make sure that everything that it does has information specific to that one thing. I'm really surprised with this one. It actually doesn't state something specific to Fallout or an image of Fallout. It just says warning, authorized personnel only with a radioactive symbol. That's actually kind of okay. Let's see if it does that.
Like they had weapons in the vaults, but they very much didn't fire the ammunition all too often.
Okay. Oh, I wonder if it's gonna try to fit something in there. I'll figure it out. All right. So there's gonna be the door. We need apple bloom. Let's let an apple. Apple bloom's gonna be an interesting one because there is the adult version.
Sunset, you're saying you had a liverwurst, onion, and Limburger cheese hoagie, and you missed them? That's my sandwich, man. It's like my favorite sandwich in the world.
If you want to make one by first,
I made it for you a few times.
Well, first you make a shack in the backyard that is airtight.
They do not smell that bad. I've made them in the panini maker a few times. What is that cutie mark?
Because these adult models were made before they had cutie marks.
Yeah. Just like a shield with a star. That's so generic.
She's a sheriff.
Yeah. She got freckles on it, but
I think,
or she didn't wipe good enough.
just on that side.
It's so weird.
She was reaching with her right hoof.
She got some toilet paper on her butt. Kind of just always imagine those spay things.
Did I?
Like they have in like car washes, but they're in the bathrooms for horses.
It went and just made the same image again.
Yeah, it doesn't care about you.
Normally it's pretty smart about that stuff, but it literally just made a copy paste. Did it actually like?
It's exactly the same.
Yeah, it did. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna watch my wording a bit more. I dragged it in here. Instead of saying, could you do the same thing? I'm going to go back to the original prompt.
Cats like cat-sized car wash style brushes. Well, I'm sure all of you like me think about how the horse universe bathrooms work. And I just imagine those things are in there. For the earth ponies mostly. Or just bidets are super popular in Equestria.
I think it being said same thing, it probably just did that. Ever have a barbecue pulled pork and nacho cheese sloppy sandwich? See, this is why we have a health care problem.
I do think nacho cheese with loose meat and a sandwich could probably be like a cheesy Sloppy Joe sandwich. That does sound pretty good, actually.
And Michael, here's a question that might be really hard to answer. What word would her cutie mark be?
I imagine it would be construction related, because that's what it was in Fallout. Is that I think they do describe her cutie mark in Fallout, and it had something to do with construction.
Would she have a vault outfit on? If she was just overseeing the construction.
Business suit.
Yeah,
100%.
But you still
She'd
see
be
her
wearing a suit.
You'd still see her butt though.
Her cutie mark.
I like that quote.
Actually, I think they described her cutie mark. No, I'm thinking Scotch tape. Her cutie mark was the Masons symbol.
It didn't follow it. I'm
sure somebody has a picture.
Yeah, this specific one, if I were to give it individual signs, it probably would be fine. Giving it multiple. But also, how is this a warning sign? It's not even a warning sign. It just says there's a vault.
Vault Tech 101.
Boo. I can work on that later. All right. I still have some problems with this door. Like, if this was actually metal up to this edge, why does it go right to concrete? This would actually be metal out like a good bit around. I don't know how to do that though.
It does say that her cutie mark reflected her post-apocalyptic self. It was an apple tart with a red apple wedge and cinnamon in it. So it was an apple tart.
Okay.
Which is kind of boring. Her cutie mark transforms into an apple tart, representing her ability to create something useful and comforting from scarcity, a critical skill for survival.
Okay, it's an apple tart.
That's what's it's saying. It's an apple tart with a red apple wedge and cinnamon in it.
We'll figure out. All right. Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm gonna see what I can do for. I'm gonna start at the bottom here, just see if there's any I missed on the.
I can't help but feel like it should be something construction related.
Oh, there's more.
5 nudes like that.
No, it's Liv Enudes.
Yes,
she's got so many legs.
She do. I feel like that's not the cutie mark she should have. It's actually really bothering me.
But that's what it says.
That's what the AI said.
So find it.
Yeah, evolves from a cutie mark crusader into architect, founding stable tech. Your cutie mark reflects her post-apocalypse talent. An apple tart with a red apple wedge and cinnamon. I mean, if that's what it is, that's what it is.
Ha. That's a good one.
That's what that's what it's saying, is that before the war, she got her cutie mark, but it was a red apple tart with a red apple wedge and cinnamon.
I don't like having a camera on the wall because I can't just drag things over super quick. Okay, so then this is going to be a little bit of a problem because there is an indented portion. Can I stand it out enough? I can. There's the question of if this door goes... I would more than likely want this door to kind of go a little bit further off to the edge from where it is. But what I could probably do for that is just copy this whole model and just kind of shove it over here. It's not perfect, but it kind of works. And then I can make the other stuff kind of go around it. If I overlap that a little bit, is the texturing going to work better? Is it because I hit a... Yeah, it's because I hit a brighter area of the map. Is that light doing anything? Or is it just... Apparently there is...
It could just be the AI having a hallucination or something. I am unclear on this.
Michael... I need an answer, Michael.
I think it should be construction related.
We need to know, Michael. You can't just say you think, because you're the one that's like, it has to be right.
Well, I don't know that they ever say outright.
Probably not.
But the AI...
I think that's a little too detailed for her cutie mark. Yes. It looks delicious.
It does.
Though gravity doesn't make much sense, because this is like angled downwards, going like that direction. Well, this is kind of angled to go much further upwards. Yeah, that perspective is a little off. It does look a little fatter in the back.
Because, I mean, the whole thing with Apple Bloom is that she was an engineer.
She's an engineer, but she engineers apple tarts. Michael, if you said there has to be a thing, find it.
I'm looking.
This is imperative, Michael. If you don't figure it out, it's the end of the world.
I know.
I was watching a D&D thing today, and they were trying to get some information on something, and they went up to a priest, and they were that they knew very, very well, and they just started telling him, like, we need to get this information. The guy gave what information he could to, like, insight check. I'm like, okay. And he goes, yeah, he doesn't know anymore. And he's like, I don't believe him. And they just started berating him. And then they're like, if you don't figure this out, people are going to die. And one of the other guys started crying. He goes, there's so many children there. and the guy's like, so he goes in his room, starts panic throwing everything around, trying to figure out. He goes, I have nothing. I'm so sorry. And they're like, there's going to be so many deaths. And he's like, I will try to figure out what I can. Come back to me later. Like, this poor priest.
Poor little priest. It's like, I don't want the children to die.
Yeah, it's like, everybody's gonna die, and they're like, it's fine. I'll let the person that owns this whole area let them know that you weren't able to help. It was such an asshole. Murder hobo is accepting the sense of feeling murder. A murder hobo can be fun to a degree, but
see, like right here, the AI is saying Scootaloo's the one who became the designer for the bunkers, and I know that's wrong. It was Apple Bloom. Scootaloo basically put the money.
Well, then why do you keep asking AI? Then go to the story, search the word cutie mark.
I'm pretty sure in the story proper they never talk about their cutie marks. Past Scootaloo looks at where her cutie mark used to be.
As an author,
she loses hers.
As an author, if she were to have provided that information, it would have been dangerous, because then it meant that later you were wrong. So yes, I'm pretty sure that it's not actually in there at all. Ooh.
In every picture I see of them, they never show their cutie marks that's related to Fallout. Yeah, I don't think there was any official cutie mark for them.
Yeah, I was pretty sure there's not. You were adamant, so I want to give you a chance.
Well, you were the one who needed to show her butt.
Well, no, you're the one that said we needed an answer. Is there any, like, fan, agreed something or other?
Well, I think it would probably just be, like, the whole construction thing comes from Apple Bloom building. Let's see. Early fandom. CMC cutie marks. Season 1. I'll just give them a lot of their actual cutie marks. See, I like this for Sweetie Belle. Early fandom.
Yes, it was a sweet bell.
And this one for Scootaloo.
Yeah, it was based on information of who they were at the moment we knew them, but it doesn't mean it was relevant to later.
And then Apple Bloom's is the potion because she was working with Sakura. But I feel like Fallout really leaned into the whole construction bit.
They're builders.
Well, she built a treehouse, so the fandom decided she should forever be a construction worker.
But she didn't get her cutie mark in it, so...
She did not. She got a cutie mark in being lesbian.
What?
With her other two friends. There's no way they can have a relationship deeper than the one that they all got butt tattoos together.
But why do you have to make it sexual?
Not necessarily. They could.
You said they're lesbians. That's making it sexual. You can't have a close relationship without involving that.
They're not going to have a closer relationship with anyone else. Like if they get husbands, it's always going to be like the other guy to their gal pal.
That is all he knows. Yeah, Michael only knows that if you're gonna know anybody, it has to be smooches day in, day out. It
has to be smooches.
That's what you just said. Wow, they look like really close friends. I bet you that they just bed it up every day.
I'm saying there's no way they could have close relationships than the ones they have with each other. There's no way.
They grow older, they learn, they start realizing that their friends are assholes.
Yeah, they're stuck with these like permanent magical connections to each other.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Scope, I got a bucket full of mares. Did you see? I marked you in it.
Oh, I was gonna show everybody the beautiful picture I made.
You should show them.
They posted a picture before that was a picture with some very fluffy CMC. That was an AI thing, and so I had the AI improve it.
There it is. Perfect.
What was the original? Yeah, it was this one, and I'm like, they're very fuzzy. So I said, AI, please make them
super fuzzy.
So like, I was adamant, keep adding fuzz until there was no more fuzz, and then keep adding more
fuzz.
So yeah, poor Scootaloo here is just like lost in the fuzz.
Any more fuzz?
I don't even know if she's a Pegasus anymore. Look at the fluffy horn. This is the work of Satan. Look here.
I want to hug it so bad.
You would be searching for hours to find horns.
Just hug fluff.
And one thing I did like is that they're extra floof, but because she's stuck in the middle, it kind of got condensed.
I like to think that's just what happens when they get scared.
Yeah, just
woof up, so the predators cannot eat them.
They're more floof than Philly now.
Yes, it's perfect. Natural defense mechanism of the Philly.
How would you know that?
Every time I run at one, they just poof up like that.
Actually, I'm gonna move this down. Oh, actually, I think it's the same on both sides because that is the same rock again, isn't it? Yeah. That's fine. Okay. Trying to figure out some of the how the camera is going to work here. So I probably want to keep this fairly wide, and I want to have her
I was looking at My Little Pony news, but the only new thing is it says My Little Pony test filter. Find out which MLP character you are.
Oh no.
Which Little Pony character am I? It's gonna tell me. I have to first download all these ads. Oh, I have to download a UCam makeup selfie editor.
Are you doing that?
No.
Okay, I was like a little concerned for a second there. You're just like, this is...
Yeah, it puts like a pony on your head. Okay. That's all it does. It's the My Little Pony test. Why is everybody obsessed with the My Little Pony test? That's what it says.
I love when people say that. Why is everybody? Who's everybody? Where? What study did you run to figure out that everybody is saying this? When they're like, everybody's talking about, because you saw one Reddit thread. All that shit is just clickbait as hell. Anytime I see those words at all in anything, I know that it's bullshit, and I just do not click it.
9 out of 10 dentists all recommend My Little Pony.
My question is, I want to talk to that 10th dentist and ask him, like, so why?
What's wrong with you? You asshole. How is that under news? It's legit just like trash.
Okay, so I'm looking to see if they have just like this, but just the floor. Like, I don't want the ceiling parts. Just a grate on the floor.
I love this picture, though.
I don't think so.
There are those out there that are worse than us.
Yeah.
I love it.
But sometimes it's that way because people want the cringe, and so they purposely make it cringe.
I just am. All natural cringe.
I would think within the Fallout whatever, there would be just a floor model.
Well, yeah, it's always that iron grate you already used.
Yeah, but I'm trying to find one that is just the grate. Because I want to, like, extend the floor out. But I don't see any model of just the grate in the floor.
Though I think in the hallways inside the vault, it wasn't the grate. It was like just a solid metal floor.
But I'm not seeing any, like, floor anything. Yeah, there's a floor lamp and a floor buffer. Like,
because then wasn't the Fallout like cubes? Like, it's never just the floor.
But like in the atrium, it's much larger. And I can understand that some, like, putting that grate on the floor means that you can run in like wires and stuff on there, but still have access, because obviously you're gonna have to maintain this place over time.
Yeah. Pretty sure half the jobs were just maintaining things, if not more. Probably every job was about maintaining the vault, which I feel like they probably worked better hours than I do.
Probably.
Their life is probably better in the vault than my life is out here in the world.
Are you sure? You're talking about specific vaults.
Control Vault 101.
No, I'm talking just like on average.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, but if I got into one of those control vaults, it was probably better.
Would you have had the money to get into a control vault?
I don't know if this was money so much as just luck of the roll. Like, I think in Fallout Equestria, it was more about who you knew. Like, if you were a member of the Apple family, you probably got into a decent vault. But if you weren't, you probably got into a shitty vault.
Yeah, there's no just standard floor. There's some that are close to being, but none that are. Because there's like this one, that's just a corner piece.
You need to touch me in places where I need it. How long was you?
Yeah, and if I were to I could probably make this work, actually. If the main concern be having it be the matching texture, but if we were to go to this and find the texture for it, this would be the floor V2.
I always did kind of like the fact, or find it funny, rather, that they did give Sweetie Belle a musical note as part of her key mark, but they never really touched on her singing ability.
Because she's Belle.
Well, like early show, they were very much into her. This is the one who can sing.
But they all sing.
Yeah, but she was the one who particularly enjoyed singing.
Okay, so if we go into this texture and we what is the name of that property? It is no call.
There's a car commercial that says that in a made-up study, 9 out of 10 dentists prefer. I like to point out that it was a made-up study.
The normals are backwards. Boo! Okay, that doesn't work. I could load that texture onto just another model, and then like try to size it to be right. But I'm gonna redo the actual floor texture before I do that, so we'll just call it good.
I mean, they never really got the Sweetie Belle's career didn't really end up in singing, even though she had a musical note on her cue mark. They all ended up being career counselors. That's what they were. They like the CMC are career counselors. That's all they are, which is like in that context rather droll. And like there's 3 of them. No school needs 3 career counselors.
When there's only like 12 students.
Yes.
In this giant school.
No, like the school had a lot of students. They just never focused on all of them.
How many teachers did they have?
Really, it was just the main 6.
Yeah, so the main 6, but Twilight's probably not going to be teaching all the time. So let's say like 5. So they have 5 students, or 5 teachers, which are, because they have all day jobs, they're maybe teaching half the time, not even. So like they can run at the equivalent of 5 classes a day between all of them.
Teacher.
No, she had other things to do too. Probably not. She was really bored.
And then eventually Trixie became part of the staff.
Yeah, but that's when it all went downhill.
Yeah.
Like, if you have to really like point to why Gen 5 happened, Trixie probably was involved at some point.
I kind of hated the school because they all stopped being individuals when they all became teachers. It wasn't Rarity the fascist. It wasn't it wasn't Rainbow Dash the Wonderbolt. It wasn't Fluttershy the animal caretaker. They were all just teachers now.
Well, they were that way because they wanted to try to push other characters to be the main characters. Yes, because there was not much left to tell from their stories.
True, but the new characters suck.
And it was so they can either choose to ignore that fact and let it wither and die, or they can try to while the main 6 were so popular, move towards something that they could take advantage of and be the new focus. And then every now and then you could mix in the main 6 and then they would still be interesting because they weren't overused then.
Well, I mean, it was only season 8 that the student 6 were really a focus. Season 7 was the best season because they wrapped up a lot of their stories. And then season 9, they went back to the main 6. The student 6 were there, but they weren't the focus anymore. I feel like they just gotten all the writers from FimFiction and they just called them up and been like, hey, want to write some pony stories? Those people would have been ecstatic and also made horrible decisions. It's like, well, I see your name is Short Skirts and Explosions. You want to write for Pony? And next thing you know, we're all getting super depressed at the ending of every episode. But they're going to be amazing episodes. I think the only person from the fandom in general, well, that's not true. They did pull somebody from the fandom to do the designs for the G5 characters. And then they got Pencils, who was a pony comic maker from the fandom. He got a job at IDW doing pony comics for a while. So they pulled from the fandom occasionally. Not often, but occasionally.
But how many of them were looking for work compared to those that were contacted.
Bronies are always looking for work. But I'm sure, like, the portfolios they built of pony stuff helped when they applied. You learned that she was involved in G5 4 years before the movie came out? That doesn't, like, I'm sure they have to keep that stuff pretty hush-hush. I know she wasn't happy about two things. One was the one side cutie mark. She tried to push for two sides, but Hasbro wanted one. And the butts. She actually pushed to keep the butts, like actual horse proportions.
She wanted chunk butts.
She wanted horse butts, not dog butts. Giving him dog butts is weird. Like, calm down, Hasbro. It's really on them. They're the ones being weird, not me.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, they're the ones who made a conscious decision to give them dog butts instead of horse butts. I just expected horse butts because they're horses.
So, like, can we maybe, like, try for this lightning in a bottle thing again, but without the over-sexualization? And then it just bombs.
And then Disney's over there just making sure the bunny has super wide hips.
That's how they identify. The general way to identify female tends to be wider hips, skinny waist, and then like the hourglass shape. That's how you identify a female in a lot of those. Or males tend to be more just flat, boring.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently she didn't like some of the changes they made, and that was one of the changes. I think they were trying to like they were attempting to get the bronies to calm down when they didn't realize that they were like a big part of their market. I don't know. She would always say, I don't know what the story's going to be like, but I know that the characters are going to look great. December 2017, that's when you knew that she was working on the designs. That's way ahead of time. But that doesn't surprise me. The CEO at the time had a lot of plans for My Little Pony, and he was thinking well into the future.
In the future. Oh, this is gonna be. Oh, shit. I can't actually put that wall there.
Attempting to get the bronies to calm down reminds me of IBM putting all these restrictions on PCs to cripple it because they were afraid of it competing with their mainframe business. And where are IBM now?
They're still doing a lot of things.
Yeah, but they're much smaller than they used to be. And far less influential.
In some ways, yes.
Maybe if they had put giant butts on their computers, they would have been more popular.
I would say that they still do a lot of things, but I think that they're not the powerhouse they used to be. But they, I think, also pivoted pretty early to kind of focus on other things.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I flip this.
Guys, if you see a sexy lady
Yeah, that's fine.
painting, please let me know. I want to jump into that one.
I thought that was going to be a Final Fantasy reference, but no.
I think that was a reference to Oblivion, actually.
No, it was Vermintide that was
I
singing
said
the
it during
game.
Vermintide. Or was there paintings you jumped into in Vermintide?
There's paintings on the wall.
Yeah.
I don't remember if there's sexy lady paintings.
And I'm just imagining Mario jumping into like a picture of Arrow. He's like, woohoo! Do-do-do-do-do-do. Going in.
Here we go.
Oh! He's excited.
Okay, I had to flip that because the side that was going on there was causing items to kind of flip over there. I didn't want that, but now I can actually appropriately have this light coming through the door too.
Like, I think the one thing the vaults probably did is that they only had to worry about maintaining their own survival. So life in the vaults was probably pretty easygoing. Because when you only have to worry about like your own well-being, I feel like life's a lot easier. Like, I know the truth. Most of my work goes to make people I don't even really know a lot of money. Doesn't do me as much good as it does them. But that's the lot of a peasant. I require the one thing we can't seem to achieve. Yep, competency. That's a good quote.
Alright, shadow.
With strange times, it's been like that for a long time. It's been that way as soon as somebody with a sword said, "This is my land. If you disagree, I'm going to stab you. But if you want, you can live here as long as you grow enough food for me and my family and you, I guess. And we're going to stand over here and wave this sword in case you start acting up." That's been that way a long time.
Those are aimed down. I want some that are aimed uppish. I mean, I can kind of make that work, but these like aren't.
That looks like more what I saw in Fallout.
Because the idea was to have the.
Is any lighting outside the door definitely would have been temporary.
Yeah, so I wanted some bright lights shining at the door that were kind of temporary lighting type stuff, but I can't really finalize it because I need to get the floor outside in here mostly figured out. But I want an idea as to what it would look like, but they need to be in shot. So we'll put them like here off to the side and like that. Because I put the one inside, though that one, I might need to back it off a little bit so that it's, because right now it feels like it's really close to that behind that door, and I'd rather have it backed off just a little bit.
Scope, I think stuff like that was fun in the early fandom where people like knew enough about what was going on in the background or rumors would spread. Now it feels all very isolated. There's rumors floating around, but I don't think I know anybody who's like involved in like Hasbro deep enough to have any actual answers.
I don't know everything.
Because Hasbro doesn't come to the conventions. You do? Tell me.
Everything.
It would be amazing if a Hasbro like executive came to the My Little Pony convention?
No. They don't care. If they're an executive, they're making way more money than that thing could ever give them.
Yeah, but I want them to show up so we can berate them.
Yes, because that sounds like a great time.
Yes, for me. Like, because it was the artists working it. Like, Hasbro is very hush-hush. But, jeez, I'm blanking on the company that actually made the show. That company just had people who were like, yeah, I'll tell you some shit. Like, now that I'm drunk. DHX, yes. Like, the writers, the artists, the showrunners very much were like, I'm gonna let you in on secrets. But we don't really get that anymore.
Because they knew anything that Brony said, nobody would freaking believe anyway.
Big Jim, yeah. Like family, do you know? Like, if you knew the right people in the fandom, you could learn things. But that's not really the case anymore.
That knowledge can sometimes come with burdens.
It can. It can. Some of those things need to just stay buried. But we don't get that anymore. Because the only people who know anything are Hasbro. And they don't talk. Best I can tell is that we'll get something in 2027. And they're going to talk about it in 2026. So we're going to at least get an idea of what's coming this year. But it won't be till next year that we see it. But heck, I'll take anything at this point. I'm like horse starved. I'm ready for the first Boom comic, which is actually supposed to come out, I think, early this year. March, I think. The first new comic's gonna come out. I'm definitely gonna read it.
On a side note, Michael. Finally found the key mark reference from the FOE Project Horizons chapter 19. But if there is nothing, I don't mind using that. There was pictures of things other than technology too. Three fellows wearing blue and gold capes piled on top of the other, laughing at the camera. The trio, a bit older, probably displaying their cutie marks. I was struck by how similar they looked.
Well, that's the.
But he probably wrote. No, because that was chapter 19, which would have been.
He was later. They might.
Yeah, but not that much later.
That
No.
is very much describing the cutie marks from the show.
It could have been, but.
And I don't think the original ever describes them. Describes their cutie marks.
No, I mean, I don't think they're the story ever did.
No. The closest she's got was Scootaloo talking about after she lost her cutie mark. It was like how hard they fought to get their cutie marks. And that for hers to get burned away. Because essentially, and they went into it in Project Horizon as well, they talked about how the Dashite thing went. They basically just used acid to burn their cutie marks away. And they used the hot iron brand to brand the Dashite mark on them where the cutie mark used to be. It was not a pleasant experience. They described it with morning glory because she gets branded a Dashite. And she really wasn't even a Dashite. They branded her for political reasons.
They branded her because Songbird liked torturing horses.
He kind of, a little bit. I got his autograph.
Oh, so you like torturing horses too?
No, it was a very upsetting scene. Like, of any character in Fallout Question Project Horizons that goes through like the gambit of bullshit, it was Morning Glory. like, they're spoilers, but there's a scene where her wing just falls off. Like, she's just walking and her wing falls off. And she just looks back and stares at it and loses her goddamn mind.
It's really bugging me. There's no floor. And I'm just going to put in at least a temporary floor.
Like, I think she does get it fixed at one point, but it's temporary.
Yeah, you get some horse glue.
She doesn't. Well, I think they like regrow her wing in a vat and reattach it.
Get it, Michael? Horse glue.
Horse glue. I will admit, like, I spent a good deal of time trying to hoping that Hasbro had like My Little Pony glue sticks at some point or another. I wanted to buy this so bad. If My Little Pony had glue sticks, I would have stocked up on those. That would have been amazing.
Okay. So, right now, the ground, when I have the texture replaced on those, it's probably going to look a good bit different. FOV references from fanfiction version, plus KCAT kept character canon up till the start of the fanfiction. Yeah, but it says that they're all similar. They look, but it doesn't provide any specific detail. You can imply that they all got the same, but
I think KCAT basically said mid-season 2 is where it diverges, which makes sense because I think that's when she finished the book. After a lot of back and forth and trying to figure out when she wrote the book, it was basically from June of 2012 to December of 2012 is when she wrote the book. So within that time period is where the stories diverge. What you said. Probably shouldn't though.
Yeah, it won't stop me.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay.
I prefer that over beer. It's better.
I feel like, let's see here. The light coming, oh, that's why. The surface is very reflective and it's not indicative of an actual floor. Let's grab a different floor. I was like, it seems extra bright.
Took you for a while to find that floor.
That specific? Oh, no, I just loaded that one up.
Oh, that's perfect.
No, I'm not doing concrete. I want to keep the grate going. If I keep the grate for a while, it's going to be the least distracting.
You did pass a grate.
I'm right now just doing a stand-in, something that just works. But those are have too much detail. I know which kind of one I want. It doesn't work. It's like,
I mean, the grate in front of both doors is kind of like that works.
It's too bright. I want something that's similar to this one. Well, once I replace the texture, it'll probably brighten it up too. The yellow is going to stand out. What is this? That's not what I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for, but I think I probably skipped ahead and missed it. It's just a simple dirt ground texture. That's going to have way too many details to it.
I haven't seen concrete like that in a while.
I'm also searching floor. I think I should do search ground. That's it. That actually has definition to it.
That's dirt.
I know. It is under the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think this one does have a bit of that fong on it. But it has detail, and the detail's nice. It's just that because of where that light is placed, This model it definitely has some like Fong turned on to really cause a reflection back, and that's not really what I was looking for. This is not what dirt would reflect back at anybody, and that's what's weird.
That's why I don't think Discord really popped up at all in Fallout Equestria, because Discord didn't appear to the first episode of season 2.
Yeah.
He pops up in Project Horizons, but
by the time that book got to a certain point, I mean, you can't retcon it in.
Yeah, he pops up in Project Horizons, but not the original book. He's rather prevalent in the Project Horizons. Talk about what happened to him. It wasn't pleasant.
Nothing in the book is pleasant.
I don't know. There's that one where part where Scotch Tape gets the toilets working in that one town.
Yeah, and then what happened to Scotch Tape?
She survived and went on to be in a sequel as the main character in the sequel.
And everything good happened.
I haven't read the sequel yet. But she is the main character in the sequel because she's pretty much the only character who survives. Just her and Blackjack. And Blackjack doesn't really walk away the same horse she showed up as.
She's a god, though.
She's immortal, kind of.
That's more like dirt.
Like, of all the characters in Project Horizon who follow Blackjack, Scotch Tape is the only one who walks away with their everything intact.
So what if I put this to like 100? Because to me, dirt should be like super matte.
Okay, so they are writing Homelands again? Homelands I will read, but I want them to finish it first. Because it sounds like it's really been a bumpy road. And I don't want one of those situations where he rewrites a part later and we think that the character took the shot when apparently they didn't take the shot. Because that can be frustrating when you're trying to like reference it later.
I'm the one referencing it. You're just sitting there.
Helping. I'm here to provide assistance in my drunken ramblings. I hope it helps. You could be clicking things. You could click that horse. Make it smooch another horse. Nothing done.
Do not the horse.
Do not the horse. I learned to click horses good. I clicked horses real good. I made a video that one time.
Yeah, this is lossless. I was wondering if it was or if it just looked like it was. But the leaf right here.
Oh, nice.
But it's rounded on the edges?
That is upsetting.
Why is it?
Why did you make it lossless and then round the edges?
Yeah, that's my exact question.
Why you do this?
Why?
You went through all the trouble to make it lossless. And then you did that.
I know, it looks great.
Amazing.
It's one of my favorite like floor onesies because it just has detail to it. And then once you match them up, big hole.
This is a hole.
It's a hole.
There's a hole. There's a hole.
It's fine.
Bottom of the sea.
Okay, so that is shadowed for a reason.
That'd be pretty cool if I could sit here with another computer and also help you work on the video. And your parts would all be serious and well animated. And then my parts would all be janky. And the horses would be smooching half the time. For no apparent reason. That would be a great video.
Why does the detail seem... Like when I look at it here, there's a lot of detail, but when I look at it here, it goes away.
Is there an ebook for Homelands? I mean, it's not finished yet, so I imagine if you want to read it, the ebook would be on FilmFiction. Last update was August 2024, and then December 2025. So they just started releasing it again. Okay.
They did that to you on Australia once.
Yeah, I know. I believe in Somber though, because they are very much active in the fandom. Smooching. They are very active in the forums on their book pages.
Or maybe they just had a break for a while because, things take a while.
I
speak from experience.
They kind of explained that they hit like a wall and they felt like they need to rewrite parts of the story.
That's why you should plan.
Yeah.
You should
Well, they said COVID fucked them up.
It's if you don't plan, you get things like that, and it's one of my issues with a lot of horse stuff is you can say kind of even about early access anything nowadays of everybody wants to get something out there, but then things are retconned or changed, and then people get angry, and it's like just write an outline at least. Give me an outline before you start putting that kind of detail in.
And apparently the author's note last month was, well, I got something out in 2025. I really struggled with this. It's not dead. In a coma. On life support, but not dead. You need to find Somber and give him a hug. I think that'll motivate him. Lots of hugs. He goes to the cons, and he's not one of the ones who hides.
I don't think he was at Ciderfest last year, but he was at Ciderfest the year before that.
Yeah,
I think.
No, I very much want to read Homelands, but I do very much want to know that he's going to finish it because I've been hurt before. And it's a hurt that never goes away.
Everybody hurts. Michael.
To be fair, I started reading Project Horizons before it was finished, but I was fairly confident it was going to finish.
Well, when that was being written, it was kind of at that point in the fandom where you just kind of read everything.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of stuff that was popping in.
I think when I finally caught up to where it was in the story, it was right around the time Morning Glory was killed. So it was pretty close to the ending as it was, but still, it took a while to read up to that point because that book is long. It's not Australia long, but it is long. I do want to read the What Happened to Scotch Tape after Project Horizons because, again, she was the only character who really walked away from that unscathed. Traumatized, maybe, but...
Okay, I have to remember.
And I think in Project Horizons, she kind of disappears after Morning Glory dies. Because I think she accompanies Blackjack to the hospital where Morning Glory is. She's basically dying from radiation poisoning. And Blackjack, who's now got the soul of Luna inside of her, kind of addresses her very Morning Glory, very stoically, without emotion. And Scotch Tape gets pissed off at Blackjack for being so emotionless in the face of their friend's death. Their last friend between the two of them. And because Scotch Tape just witnessed her father's death.
Michael.
Yeah.
You need to allow space in your brain for other things.
No, it's just...
I can't remember shit about that story, but you're over there pulling out the lore from all angles.
Yes. And it's after that scene where Scotch Tape is pissed at Blackjack that she's just kind of done with Blackjack and leaves. And I don't think you see her the rest of the story after that. It's towards the end. But it's nice to know that her story does continue. And I want to read that story. And it's in Homelands. Because at that point, the only thing that's really left for Blackjack is to fight. See, I don't remember who she ends up fighting at the end.
How is it you can remember all the other stuff, but then you're like, Bert?
Because it's not about a mare.
That's a pretty accurate quote there, too.
Micromarginally system files off brain drives, making space for Pony Fix. Correct.
No, this one.
Whenever I listen to you, I feel like I'm dying ever so slightly faster.
I want to try to remember what models I was using before seeing them, but I think I built the whole vault. Yeah, I built the whole vault in that corner by going into Fallout 3, going to that part and seeing what they had, because I had all the models. I just had to put it in the right positions. But then I think in the actual video, you can't actually see all the way to the corner. But I can probably get away with just doing a lot of just random like this. Oh, not this one, because there's like a pipe that kind of goes out. But just random bullshit. I
legit can't remember what
the staircase is
Blackjack
close.
fights at the end, which destroys her body. I just remember it does rip her in half, whatever it was. Very much a fight where both sides lose. So I remember her fighting Cognium before that. It was kind of the big bad throughout most of the book, but I can't remember who she fights at the end. As the Blackjack Luna hybrid.
After taking a rocket to the moon.
Yes.
So I said that the book is weird.
She does return to the moon with Little Pip in tow to rescue Rampage, who was left on the moon. Because Rampage couldn't die.
But when did they do that? How could they get her to the moon in time?
Well into the future.
Oh.
Like, Rampage was left on.
But I thought she was in the Single Pony Project in like a beaten, broken mare.
Who's that?
You said Little Pip.
Yeah, she's like well after the fact.
Yeah, but she's like nothing left of her.
No, she's still.
She basically went there as a tomb that she could help with.
She was still fine. They actually have her saying that she crawled up there like a broken mare, barely, like where her cutie mark is burnt, her arm is burnt, like she is so beat up that there's her last thing was to do that. Mostly alicorn. She's essentially immortal.
Little Pip?
Yes.
When does she become alicorn?
When she gets exposed to the FOV virus.
Yeah, so that's just another thing. Now she has cancer.
No, she's mostly alicorn.
She's got cancer.
She's just short of becoming an alicorn.
You're going the Marvel route. I'm going the Adam West route.
No, she's essentially a princess.
No, I'm pretty sure
a princess.
She is Three Stoogings the hell out of every disease.
No, her and Blackjack, well after everyone is dead, get together and then they travel to the moon.
See, this like the original story sounded plausible. This is
How was any of
but when you're like they go to the moon and then they have a big makeout session. There was so much kissing.
You adding in the makeout session.
Did I, Michael?
You did. No, it's her, Blackjack, and Boo. I don't know if Boo goes to the moon with them, but she's like around. Because she's part Discord. So she's essentially immortal too.
Sounds like a kid's story. Kinda, but I mean, it's a very dark story, but it's the kind of dark that you would expect from a preteen kid writing a story.
Well, because Rampage couldn't die.
See, that's what I mean.
They go to the moon to try to pick her up. And when they find her, she's essentially a husk lying in a bed. And they grab the stone that is her and they return it to like an atmosphere environment. And she respawns one last time as a filly that she was when the stone was initially put in her, and then the stone shatters. So she's no longer immortal, but she's alive. And they take her back to Earth, I guess. And there's this moment of joy with Blackjack because she finally has one of her friends back, which is something I think Blackjack or Little Pip is envious of, because her friend she can never get back. Because by that point, they're all dead.
I didn't really need that.
It's a good story. Not a kid's story, though. Very dark. Living forever has its downsides. Which I think they were actually gonna play into in G5 a bit with the princesses, with Celestia Luna having gone to the land of Skyros. Because Alicorn's having to witness like generation after generation of ponies dying.
I love how like
It's
when
easy
Michael
on
gets
them.
started, it's been an hour and a half.
You do your gray wall.
I know, but
I
like
do this.
Michael, this is like the third time you brought up this at some point or another.
Because there's only so much to talk about when it comes to pony. But that's what this is.
There's always so much to talk about. That's why I brought it up for the third time.
Yes. We're here to talk about pony, Chad.
Pony-chan?
Pony-chan. I like talking about pony. I can talk about the other stuff I pay attention to, but then we're gonna like get beat up or something. There are only two things one thing that depresses me that I pay a great deal of attention to, and but make a lot of money off of at the same time, and pony, which brings joy and happiness. And
Does it bring joy?
Yes.
Are you sure?
More so than the other thing.
The fact that it's like, so what are your thoughts on Hasbro?
I hope they.
No,
don't fuck it
Hasbro's a
up.
company. What is your opinion?
I think they're improving.
See, you know where I was going, and you're trying to
No, I think
spin it positive.
I think they fucked up royally, but they're learning that they fucked up, and they're trying to fix it by not focusing just on Wizard of the Coast and D&D, because they, even though they focused on that, they still fucked that up too. So like they did not have any real wins this last half decade.
Baldur's Gate.
Big Derpy, that was Larian. They got lucky.
Yeah, but it was their license,
Yeah,
so they did.
the Derpies,
They did win on it.
They did. Tangentially, they won.
Yeah.
Won on that.
That's kind of the point of licensing.
Yeah, but I'm curious if they didn't license that out to Larian before the current CEO.
Well, because the game would have taken years to develop.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not like it came out that year or something.
Though the current CEO was kind of in charge of that department, so maybe even before he became CEO. I'm not a fan of Chris Cox.
Hey, watch your language.
Yeah. That's his name, man. I didn't give it to him. Sick parents did.
Okay, so it does look
Wait,
like
I had a voice impression?
everything. Yeah.
Where? Oh, no, you can't
Okay.
find Ghost Facts for voice impression.
Well, those should be there.
He brought up Hasbro Scope. He
They.
told
Might be
me to
off.
bitch about Hasbro.
No, I like bringing something up because it's like you have these little like things.
Scope.
Oh yeah, they are off right now. I think it's from when
Scope,
Michael was
bitch
out.
about Hasbro with me.
There you go. Fix.
You probably have some scruples with the company that made the horse show that we all love. Well, they didn't make it. Let's be very clear about that. DHX made it. They simply profited.
So here you go. I'm being opinionated again. There's your voice impression.
Julia Child, the cook. You're basically just telling me to do my British impression, even though I don't think she was very British.
Wait, Julia? Did you say Julia Child?
No, I said Julia Child.
No, I don't think you did.
I think I absolutely did.
You sure there's a recording that's
Ooh, I'm Julian Child. And today we're gonna cook delicious food out of hot dogs. We're gonna make delicious hot dog spread that the whole family can enjoy. Today, we're gonna take a hot dog and microwave it for 30 seconds. Then we're gonna put it in a tortilla with a slice of American cheese. Ooh. And then we're gonna eat it. And it's gonna be delicious.
That is usually the follow-up
Simple
stuff.
for every family on a budget.
Are you just saying that because that's what you ate when you were on?
A lot. Yeah, I ate a lot of tortillas and hot dogs with cheese. It's delicious. I was part of their security investigation into leaks from the 2017 film. Scope, it sounds like you were one of the leaks.
Yeah, that's why they couldn't catch him.
Yes.
He basically was like doing the Death Note thing.
Yes.
he had the Death Note, but he was also in the organization.
Nope. He's like, I kept that shit to myself. Why would they be concerned if people found out about the film ahead of time? People get excited ahead of time.
Because then by being able to control it, they can follow market trends to ensure that there's an optimization of whatever.
I guess.
And it's their IP. They want to know what's happening with it and how things go.
Let me just be clear with Hasbro if they're listening, which they absolutely are. Hasbro, every IP, people just make porn of it. All of them. Every last one.
So just lean into it.
Doesn't matter what it is. If it's gonna make you money, lean into it. Yes.
Lean into the porn.
Do like Disney. Just lean into it. They absolutely do. And they are rich as hell. It's my advice to you, Hasbro.
And they're like, "Oh my God, Michael is giving his advice. We know what we must do now."
You listen to me, Hasbro. I have all the good brain thoughts. They tried to investigate, mistook a tweet I made at the guy while at Nightmare Nights where they got banned and booted. They thought I had banned them from Nightmare Nights. One of their options was enemy of my enemy is my friend and to reach out to me. Okay. To be honest with you, I don't know what any of that means, and that might be the mead. Because it was delicious. And I want more, but it's a bad idea. 2 cups is plenty. That stuff is like 20%. I basically just drank a glass this large of whiskey.
Whiskey's not 20%.
No, but like I drank 2 of these glasses.
Oh. Well. And why?
Because it's really tasty.
Yeah, I know, but you have to go to work in like 2 hours.
I'll be fine. I haven't had a hangover in years.
You could go be productive. I mean, you're never productive. So I wanted to have it where the outside was a bit darker. I wanted to have the light kind of coming out from it, but I wanted the inside to be brighter. The problem is the lights really want to like shinify stuff. Probably because this is being double. Oh, this is being triple hit. Oh, it's being double hit. So if I try to get it where this is just that backlight and this is just...
Like it actually surprised me that Hasbro had like a hit squad trying to find anybody leaking things about the movie.
No, they had leaks, so they hired somebody to try to figure out who internally might have done it. Because
if they care so much,
because if they did it once, they're probably going to keep doing it again. If it's somebody profiting off of information, you sell it to a place that does do stuff, and then they can get a scoop on something.
Are they selling it, or were they?
That's
just
what they want to know
about it.
They need to figure out what happened so that they can figure out if that is something worth pursuing.
Yeah, they leaked 3 days before it hit theaters.
For the whole movie.
Oh, I could see if somebody.
Michael, this is horse information and you don't know it.
Well, I mean, I can see why they could get upset about the movie itself leaking, but I thought you were talking about just like general information about the movie. Like, the fandom in the early days were all about like leaks. To be fair, like even G5 after it ended, it was all about getting those animatics that had like leaked songs that never aired. I do remember, if anybody remembers the really shitty film, The Love Guru with Mike Myers, that film bombed horribly, but it also leaked before it got released to theaters onto like Kazaa at the time. And like the lawyers were all arguing that the movie would have been a huge success had it not leaked. But I've seen that film, and
no, it wouldn't have been.
No, it would not have been. That movie is awful. But still, it became a huge court case. I think it was like the first major court case about a movie being leaked.
But early on, there was this talk of the amount of downloads was equivalent to the amount of lost sales. But that's not the case.
No.
People weren't going... the people downloading were probably never, ever going to purchase or it at all. So... when they say that we lost out on billions of dollars, it's just because they thought people wanted to save money. No, they just didn't give a shit about paying you for anything, and free is better than nothing. They could have, they could just go and watch something else, but no, they got to watch The Love Guru. That's one thing I do miss about old television compared to new. Current television, it's not worthwhile to make anything except action movies. It would be like action movies or big, fantastic stories. The comedies don't go in theaters anymore because they literally aren't financially viable compared to putting the same amount of money into an action movie.
I'd watch a romance.
Yes, but the cost involved with the movie, if you just were to make an action movie or a romance movie or a comedy, it's just not worth it. They used to be that they were really cheap and then you go to theaters and make decent money. But nowadays, it's not. Instead, that's Netflix and stuff.
Furries would absolutely flock to theaters if the romance was like involving furries. That's what Robin Hood was.
See, Michael has definitely been drinking.
Saying Robin Hood, Disney's Robin Hood was 100% a furry romance. That's all it was. It had some action bits, but it was very much like it did an entire scene where those like foxes were like half all over each other at the arrow shooting competition. That's what people want. It's just movie studios are cowards. Just give me a My Little Pony hour-and-a-half romance movie. People would watch that. Weird people like me. I want an hour-and-a-half movie about the relationship between Rainbow Dash and Applejack. Everyone here would watch it. There's some people who would deny it, like Scope.
No smooching.
But he would absolutely watch it. Waiting for that denial.
There you go. Okay, that's better. I was like, where's the light coming through the door? I was hoping for that. It was kind of a important part. And it was just blocked by something else.
Like, I think that would love, like, just the whole start of their relationship. Just all the awkwardness and, like, goofy humor that would lead up to it. He's so cute. No comment. Like, it would be adorable as a romantic comedy. Like between Applejack and Rainbow Jack, who in the fandom?
Applejack and Rainbow Jack? Yes. Did Rainbow take her last name?
Of course.
I don't see that happening.
Scope, you're just the devil's advocate now. Nobody wants that. They want the Rainbow Dash Applejack romantic comedy.
See, remember when earlier I was talking about those news articles that say everybody's talking about, and you're like, everybody wants.
Everybody does want the romantic comedy with those two horses. Anybody who says otherwise, within the fandom at least, is full of bullshit. I would accept the Hitch Zip more so. I always thought it was Hitch Pip more than Hitch Zip Scope. I always got that vibe more.
Well, he does do the butt thing.
The butt thing?
In the movie. When she's singing and his butt starts moving and he doesn't.
Oh, yeah, his butt.
See, you're like, I'm not watching stallion butts.
I wasn't watching his butt. I'm aware of the scene where he shakes his ass. That movie was the last really good thing to come out of My Little Pony. The Bridalwood episode was good, but... like, I want that now. I want that Rainbow Dash Applejack romantic comedy movie. Come on, Hasbro. You want me to feel differently about you? You gotta make that movie.
If you want to win over one single person, you're gonna have to spend millions of dollars.
Correct.
It's an important person. It's Michael.
Yeah, very important. No, like the whole episode where Hitch and Pip, where Pip was sick and Hitch was like coddling her.
Because they were friends.
Cute. That's not what a friend
Michael, there is, give me the name of two mares from the show that are not family that you would be okay, that you would not want to be smooching. So, like, see,
I don't understand the question.
like, that's where it's like, it doesn't matter who it is. You're like, I want to see him smooching.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean they necessarily should be smooching. I mean, I want them to, but
see, I have two.
Which two?
Chrysalis and Cozy Glow. Adam just suddenly started screaming yet like Goofy.
Lost his damn mind. Upstairs.
He was like,
it's like the Goofy laugh.
Yeah, that was the interesting timing.
Oh my god. Chrysalis and Cozy Glow. I don't know that counts though.
Why?
Well, Chrysalis is a weird bug horse.
Yeah.
So it's not the same.
But she's a mare. So if Chrysalis and Cadence were smooching,
is Shining Armor just watching in the corner with a lit cigarette?
Why is that?
Because that's how
you can't smoke it. That's Hasbro. Like,
yeah,
they're against the smoking part. Okay, it's getting there. I still think the outside here needs something that is more than just the flat metal, something to show a transition, because this,
I feel like that's all the vaults were.
No, this doesn't make any sense though. Why is this metal and then immediately concrete?
Because that's how they were.
But if this was poured concrete, this is not thick metal. It's literally like it's a paper thin sheet of metal. Why? So it would probably be deeper, and it could go at an angle, but then you wouldn't have nice clean concrete here. You'd probably have issues trying to pour it if it came in at an angle. It would make more sense if there was some kind of a metal like rim around the outside that gave it some reinforcement.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
I think on the other version it looked fine because the other version had all the dirt and grime, and I think it just kind of blended in better.
Yeah.
But being clean, it just looks different. But I can probably find
accurate.
I could probably find like a model of something that's round and just put it there. Yeah, doing a flat ring of something, I can probably find something. I'm not worried about it right now though. But it looks construction site-ish. Though I like the cart there, but if I do it, I'm gonna have to move that light because it's casting a weird shadow that I don't like. It stands out too much. Or that'll be fine if I move the hammer. Yeah, if we just move the hammer. Yeah, it still makes it look like it's like shooting out a beam of shadow. What if I just put it way over here? Now the shadow's casting weird on it. I'll leave it there for now, but I'll probably move it. Okay, we got progress on it. I definitely want to try to I'm gonna have like a ladder up there. I want to make it look like there's a couple people in the door that you can see that are working on things. I probably want to have Apple Bloom out here with like a clipboard and talking with somebody. I don't know if I'll put anybody else outside the door here, and then I'll probably just have the camera do like a
Is there like a little suit that a mirror model can wear?
What?
A suit.
I have a suit, but it's not great, but it's not good if there's movement, but from this angle,
yeah,
especially with her hair, I could probably hide it.
Because they very much were like Voltec representatives wearing suits.
Yeah, but if going to a work, well, actually, that's how you know that this is the person that's way high up in the chain. They're going to a work site wearing what definitely looks like a
business attire,
a hard hat that is probably a custom-made weird hard hat to make it look more professional. Yeah. A fancy one of a different color, and then a suit, and definitely not wearing steel-toe boots, even though they should be, because they don't appreciate their toes.
I think Apple Bloom would appreciate her toes, but she's definitely
she's got hooves. She doesn't have toes.
They're already hard.
Wow, Michael.
Are they soft hooves? Great question.
Saying she's already hard. Okay.
I'm the one who's supposed to be bad.
So many socks. There was a lot of socks. And all derpy socks. All right, we're going to be good, though. We're going to touch you guys on. We'll be back on Friday. Yeah, Friday should be fine. We are going to have the Friday stream, and then probably the Tuesday stream, but I don't know if it's going to go the whole time. We're flying out Wednesday for a wedding, but Wednesday at like 6 a.m. So we have... And then we won't be back until Saturday, so we'll be out Friday.
Holy crap.
Yeah. I set up the rental car.
I'm ready.
I set up the rental car last night, too, so that's all taken care of.
Okay, good.
And I made sure to get extra insurance, and it's going to be the middle of winter in Montana mountains.
Are you really? If we crash, it's off the edge of the cliff. We won't have to worry about it.
Somebody's going to have to pay for it.
And the survivor.
Also, I made sure to get like a mid-size SUV. It didn't really cost anymore, but then it's something a little larger.
I really hope.
We haven't tried a cloud hop in a while.
Who's driving? Are we gonna have to fight about?
Well,
that?
technically, I'm on the thing, but I don't really care who does.
I don't envy you if you drive. I don't envy who.
Well, it depends. The weather could be perfectly fine.
If I die, I want it to be somebody else's fault.
No, we're gonna have a cloud hop. Okay, that's fine. Oh. They're playing Fallout 76. He is. No, he's not playing 76. He's playing Fallout New Vegas.
That's better.
I got
way
it.
Better.
I caught it before I did it. See, he's used to like super retro. Now he's doing like mid retro. Yeah. Yeah, but no, we got it over there. I think it's been a little while since we did them. And I see you're there too. You're multi-streaming. All right. Let's head over there. Let's say hi to the bear.
Wireball 76 is nowhere near as good as Vegas. Looking derpies. 76 is the same repetitive thing over and over again.
I liked 76, but I feel like they ruined it by adding all the single player stuff, because if you're playing by yourself, it's fine. If you're playing with the group, it gets weird. But the purpose,
you have to split up.
It had a purpose, and then to fulfill the wants of the group that it was not intended for, they ruined it for the group it was intended for, which is such a weird, stupid thing. But thank you to Nolan for the cheers, and thank you to Soul Kitty for the resub. Now, if you actually have 4 full people to go and play 76, it's not bad. It's fun.
Yeah.
If you're by yourself, I can see why it was rough, but that wasn't your game.
Yeah, it's weird because you keep having to split between the single player.
Yeah, that's why it was stupid.
And then the group missions. It feels cobbled together.
Bethesda feels like a company that all they do is keep patching the same engine over and over again to make the same stupid things work in really broken ways. And that's all that was. We don't know how to make this work, so we're just going to do it this way.
Just play New Vegas again.
Whatever. But we'll see you guys on Friday. Have a good week and see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It's fun.
Didn't even jump me to him.
I'm going to watch a little bit of